just Industries. You've done some work for them in the past as well. See, very charismatic CEO, Franz Draco.
Okay.
Always has his, or doesn't go anywhere. You didn't so much communicate with him as with his assistant, who was female and a bit off, but very strikingly beautiful, but a bit off. But anyway, so let's see how well the three of you do on leading a trail that leads a trail of breadcrumbs to Draco Industries' door. In that case, they'd probably be implicating the fact that he was smitten with the assistant, whose name I won't be able to tell you. Give me a second. Person characters, come on. Got her somewhere. I don't. Maybe I don't.
Right.
Or maybe he's father since then. I can't remember. But anyway. Oh, hang on. Page 2. No, that's just wife. Anyway, make your roll. I shall update all my notes when I find them.
Are they supporting first?
I hope so. That's a +2 from Aki. You helping out? I think we lost Beulah. He's obviously chasing
No,
up.
I'm here.
Second trail of breadcrumbs for you assisting.
Oh yes, absolutely.
That's another +3 then. You've still got your conviction bonus for this one.
Okay.
So you should just roll. You'll still get your conviction because I'm nice.
Much better.
Yep. 4 raises on the trail leading in, so that should be good. That's good stuff. Okay, so the last thing, the last thing you guys were looking into, I suspect, was WW investigations, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So let you guys, let you guys. You can either do separate investigations or again all work together. It's up to you guys. And obviously, other people can use Streetwise and other things as well to assist if you want. It's up to you. So Beulah, Merlin, Aki, and Waif, if you want to sort of if you want to help find other means of possibly assisting in tracking down a lead on this WW investigations, by all means, now's the time to let me know how you want to go about it.
Yeah, Merlin can do a little persuasion and walk around and see what he can find.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't find anything. People think he's too weird.
Yeah, either that or they're not talking. You're not in touch. You'll probably think the second one, but it's probably the first one. Waif?
I'm going to go to Master Zhang and see what's just generally known among the streets and the older Sprawlrunners, which would probably be common knowledge for them.
Yes, very much. Yeah, I'd say common knowledge sounds like a good bet to me. Oh, well, there you go. That's nice. That's I'll add up. That's +3, isn't it?
Those old Sprawlrunners know a lot more than us.
+2. That's okay. Yeah, basically, you get some leads that when you feed back to the others, they may well be able to track down. What about Aki and Beulah? So you can do it electronically, or you can pound the streets.
Well, I guess I got a better hacking roll than I do, yeah. So
Popping up when you talk, so I'll have to look into the code for that. Okay, that's another +2. So that's the max you can get on a support roll. But we can always see if Aki manages to critically fail and bring it down a bit. Okay, so you get a +4 on this one, Donahue, with the leads you're given from the others.
For doing what?
Tracking down WW investigations.
Okay.
They
am
give
I-
you, yep.
Persuasion and research hacking roll.
However, well, this is everyone using their own ways to find information out. So in your case, I suspect it would be hacking, but obviously this is you doing research, so you do get your investigate or research if you'd rather with your investigator bonus. But you're getting a +4 on top of any roll, any modifiers you can do. So it's up to you which way you want to go. It's probably more research than hacking. I'm thinking about it for you. A +4 plus your investigative bonus, which I do believe you have, don't you?
Yeah, streetwise and investigator.
Yeah, so you'll have a total of +6 on this one on your research roll. Oh, well, look at that. No problems at all there. So, yeah, so what you track down is, let's check my own notes here. Yeah. Basically, WW Investigations, apparently the reason you haven't really heard from it is they seem to work pretty much exclusively, usually for Arasaki Corporation. They're housed in notes again. Arasaki Compound Number 4, and when they call them compounds or arcologies or megaplexes, but basically they're all self-contained vertical towns, for want of a better word. I mean, you've been to some of the others before. You know how the idea is you've got the all the staff stay in it, and then then above that you'll probably have the shops and stuff. And then above that, some usually is where they keep the families of the staff, to ensure loyalty, basically. So obviously this also, as you found, with that lawyer you were going to before, he had an office inside one of these compounds, as it were, one of these tower blocks. What you did find out though is the interesting thing is, as far as you're able to ascertain, no one's been able to get in and out of Arasaki Compound Number 4 for since since a couple of months before the CEO's grandson went missing. No, and any information or traces or inquiries into why no one seems to be going in or out of the place ever seems to get resolved. News. There was somewhat certain news pieces at the start when there was a whiff of what's going on, but since then there seems to be a total news blackout, and no one even seems to be talking about it on the news or the media. It's almost as if it didn't happen. But you do have a lead. It would appear that there was one person, a freelance reporter, who was still doing the ongoing investigation. However, they appear to have fallen off the grid in the last few weeks because after their websites were basically taken down and all their blog feeds and everything else disappeared. And what you're also able to find is police reports showing that there appears to have been some sort of violent altercation in their apartment block. There's currently a warrant out for their arrest. Appears they're wanted for murder of their partner, who was found brutally murdered in the apartment. And apparently all evidence points to this reporter, Dan Keats, having committed the crime. And he's hence on the run. But one of the things that Mr. Zhang got out was that there's some stories that someone you might find of useful communication can be talked to
Yum yum. Sorry.
He, basically seems to be pretty hard to track down, but sometimes you can find this contact who goes by the name of Meeks near Club Noir. Only on a specific nights, apparently. Only other nights, apparently, Ruby's dancing. Apparently, he has a thing for Ruby, and is always has out the booth for the first hour of any night that Ruby's dancing.
Sorry, what was his name again?
Meeks.
Probably why she needed to hire Quig as a bodyguard. As a second job for Quig.
That's probably yes, indeed, yes. So that seems to be the stuff you get. As to, in fact, what you also find is any attempts to make any form of sort of electronic communication with WW investigations websites or anything like that, basically comes back with basically connection errors and timeouts. It's almost as if the websites are offline and certain other queries, you did get a nice high roll, didn't you? Certain other queries and investigations, it would appear, seem to be redirecting anything about Arasaki Compound 4 to a remote site with obscured IP routing that seems to send it around the world, and then blocked behind some very good firewalls that you haven't found a way through yet. So it looks like ground pounding might be the only way to find out what's going on.
Okay.
He mostly works for this company mostly works for Arasaki, who is we don't want to reveal who we are because they're looking for us, right?
They're looking for who killed Junior.
Yeah. And since we've already diverted them to this Draco Corporation or whatever, since you and I both have a grudge against that company, we could approach them from that point of view directly. Say, look, we understand that, we were doing investigating for our personal reasons, and we ran across this information, and further add to that diversion and see what else we can find out from them. But that could be our cover story quite easily.
In all honesty, I'm not really that good of an idea for us to get involved.
Gee.
Well, what do we want to know from Mr. Meeks then?
Meeks has the lead on, from what I understand it, Meeks has the lead on Dan Keats. Dan Keats was investigating what was going on with Compound 4. Compound 4 is where the false identity of
What do I do? Fighting D6?
The shell company of WW Investigations is supposedly located.
6, I think it was.
That's pretty much it.
Oh.
So do we need to know more other than just monitoring them?
Well, I imagine you want to get in there and find out what they've got. That's
Rock.
the logic I was using, because they send data to the lab, so logically anyone's got. And if you're going to find any more out or any leads on who they were working for, that's when you need to head.
Well, then if we need to head that way.
just yep, that I'll have to do. Copy image link. Okay, so I am just trying. That's what I was trying to do.
We can tip Quig to now alert Ruby to it, but if he's going to be there keeping an eye on Ruby, then he can keep an eye out for this Meeks guy.
Well, like I say, it's probably Quig passing over. You heard looking for Meeks. He says, you know, he's always in for the first hour of any night Ruby's dancing. So and funny as luck would have it, I'm fairly confident she'll be dancing tonight. He also says Meeks is a strange one, sort of yeah, slightly unnerves Ruby, and it also unnerves Quig.
Well, then we might want to stay out of his sight until we investigate this other place.
And wave up, she's too quiet.
Keep an eye on him, and to the degree that he can.
What other place?
You won't get into the compound 4. That's if anyone. Well, sorry, yeah, there is a room. The room. Sorry, yeah, I think that's a good point. No one's found. It is believed that the Keats guy is the only person to have actually got inside compound 4 since lockdown. Hence the fact you want to find him. You can't walk up to the front door. Compound 4 is completely locked down, and Arasaki's got a complete news block on the fact it's locked down, so no one seems to know it's locked down. Or why it's locked down, even.
Then we need to track down Keats.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to give you that pertinent useful bit of information. Okay, so I am. What happens when I'm trying to do 3 things at once? I was sitting here thinking I've got everything planned for today, and I suddenly realised I forgot to give you a contact. So I'm just sorting out the contact now. So there we go. That will do. And I can do a new tab. I can save that, and then I can save that. And that doesn't look square to me, but that will have to. That's canvas should be 244 by 244. Keep them in the middle. There we go. And then save that. And we should have our token for Meeks. So yeah, as I say, it's been relatively quiet. The weather's not raining for a change, and Ruby's due to be on stage but by the time you get down to Club Noir from here, Ruby should be on stage. So as soon as I find my Club Noir map, we can take you there. Okay, images. Club Neon, not Noir. Haha. Can't believe I got the name wrong. I was thinking of something else. And I said it isn't raining, so I better turn the rain off.
Oh, a rare day in the sprawl.
I was going to say, that club is not decorated in noir style.
No, I meant neon, sorry. I got me noirs and neons running up. I need to put you guys on the map because you can't do it yourselves. He is not hostile.
We're climbing up the stairs.
Indeed. And I need Meeks.
Be in the manager's office?
Meeks, he'll be no, he's a customer.
No, I said I'll be in the manager's office.
Oh, you'll be in the manager's office. The manager might have something to say about. Oh no, I forgot you are. I forgot you.
Well, I'm the owner,
yeah,
not the manager.
yeah. Good point. I forgot you were the manager
So,
now.
being the owner or whatever, you know.
I know what you meant. Yeah. Sorry, I completely forgot you invested into the company not so long ago. Yeah. Good, cool. Queeg will be nearby. He's apparently he's on he is around. He's on a job apparently, so he's outside the club tonight. So that's why he's not here. Where's Sprawlrunners? I've got too many tokens. Sprawlrunners.
No such thing as too many tokens. Same way there's no such thing as too many maps.
I probably argue I've got too many of both. When I'm trying to find something, I've got too many, but I agree that you never have enough, do you? Skills. I need to give him athletics. And he would have to have parrying and fighting. He needs common knowledge because that's normal, and he's obviously got very good common knowledge because he's a contact. Bit of that. That definitely got some good notice. Let's give him some good notice. Persuasion. Everyone has persuasion, even if they're not good at it. And everyone has stealth, don't they? And does he need anything else? Yes. That as well. And then we can add him to the map. Like combat tracker, like so, because you have to put them on the combat tracker before you can add them to the map. And we can put him on the map. There we go. So, yep, it sounds like a relatively normal night. Mr. Donahue is the manager's office. I'm going to have to say it's that very disturbing looking area there that I can't work out how you get in and out of.
Which are
Right off the patio here, there's no door there, per se. There's a door out into the club from that room.
I was going to say that's probably actually really a back alley. So we'll probably say the manager's office, is probably just off the map. So
what's this from here?
We'll put you there, even though that's technically the back alley. But
Well, that's a room with lockers in it, isn't it? That one there.
That'll do. Yeah, that's a good call. I hadn't noticed the room with lockers in it. So there we go. So the privacy shield is on nope, it's not the privacy shield. The privacy shield is a control. So the privacy shield's sort of up on Ruby's dance cubicle. But one thing Queeg was able to provide you is the override. Well, actually, Donahue being the owner, you know the override code for the privacy shields. So from where you are, you can disable privacy shields. But anyway, what's everyone doing? Obviously in a club there. Oh. You're in the club.
apparently I need to hire.
Sound system's rubbish.
Well, you could be outside the club if you want.
It just keeps cutting out.
It's in bandwidth. Yeah, I didn't renew my Nitro, so it's dropped my bandwidth on my audio. Anyway, they doubled the price.
Is it coming out of the FX channel when you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's being streamed down.
It's funny because it's your mic's cutting in and out while you're doing it. So the FX channel's open all the
Yeah.
time, but your mic's cut. Yeah, weird.
Oh
Bandwidth.
no, the FX that's not the FX channel. That's actually voice mod. So that's actually coming down the voice, which is probably why my mic's cutting out. Oh,
Ah.
yeah, if I do it on here, if I do it here, I've probably got it probably come out. This will be the FX channel, probably cleaner. It's different music.
Blade Runner. Vangelis.
There you go. There. We'll take the volume down, so it's in the background, but you're in the club.
Okay.
Very cool. That's it. Now I can hear that in the background. That's it. Yeah.
It looks like everyone went to the bars.
Well, Leaf is over here in the corner where she has her back to the wall and can see, nothing can be behind her.
Oh, you just
Wait,
gonna let
turn
Meeks
on
enjoy
pool
his?
table.
Once Meeks
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to. Sorry,
shows up,
shutting up.
I'll have.
Oh, he's
Blake
already here.
know before he leaves to stop by the office.
Well, as you check on, you can see he's already lowered the privacy shield and he's in there with Ruby at the moment.
Yeah, I was like, I'll let him have his good time, and then she's supposed to let him know to stop by the office once he's at his.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood you. Yep, okay. Put in there we go. Oh, there. Oh, God.
What kind of clients is Meets? I know you said he was a bit creepy.
Well, he's a good player. He's never, he just, for some reason he seems to freak people out, but he seems perfectly harmless. It's just something about him that puts people off. Anyway, there's a knock at the door.
Who is it? I check the cameras to see.
Do you want to see me? Basically, look at the camera. It's a 6-foot rat.
Oh, okay. I come in.
Standing on his hind legs. he comes in. He's got. He seems to have this sort of breathing mask on him and green and neon green shades.
I believe you're in
We're in
the
the office now, so we
business?
can volume down. Beep.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I am in the need of some information. I am looking for a particular person on the run.
Ah, that sort of information can be expensive.
I'm sure prices are up for negotiation.
Indeed.
So I'm looking for a reporter who's been framed for murder. Dan
Keats. Yes, I hear a word on the street is he is hiding out. Yes, I have a location. However, others may be looking for him. It might be dangerous
So since they framed him,
to meet him. Might be dangerous to meet him, especially as others have paid lots of money to people, not me, but other people, to find his location and collect the bounty.
well, we're not here to collect the bounty. We just want to get some information from him.
See, it seems that he has been a naughty boy and killing high-level Arasaki staff. The Arasaki bounty on him is very high.
So either getting word to him to that we are looking to communicate and not hunt him, or if you can provide information on where we can find him, so that we can talk to him, or arrange an introduction if possible. What would be the going? What would be the going rate for like paying him?
Well, you can,
Information.
for information, it really depends because it's information is very much a seller's market a lot of the time, isn't it? It's whatever
Yeah.
whatever people think they can get away with. So you can make obviously, and also given that currency sort of it's an abstract concept anyway. You basically the idea is you could say you'll name a generous figure, as it were, as it, and that's and we take it from there. I would say would be probably
So
the
I'll
best
name
way to go about it.
I'll name a moderate figure, but at the same time, I'll be playing with one of our VIP access cards, kind of like just twirling it on.
That's quite interesting. His eye, he doesn't seem to react to the figure, but his eyes haven't left that VIP card since you started sort of flicking with it. He licks his lips a couple of times and says, "The word is a snatch team will be heading there tonight. Your best bet is you better get that. I suggest you make a move as quick as you can." And
Maybe
he
we
gives
should
you
get him out ahead of the
he gives you an address.
Okay. Just a moment.
Disconcertingly, it seems to be very close to Aki's safe house. Amazing coincidence, really.
Yes, very strange.
In that area, all the building has the very same layout. That's definitely not why I'd put him in there.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah.
I'll program the VIP card for like a year.
He's very, very. He's squeaking with delight as you hand over the card, and so much so that he rushes out with the card, leaving the credit chip behind.
Okay.
He may remember later, but for now, he seems he's got what he really wanted.
Oh, the membership card to see Ruby?
VIP membership card.
Oh, nice. Some people are so cheap.
Very much so. So, yes. He said, he says, he gives you an address and says, I gather the snatch team is expected before midnight. It's just before 11 at the moment.
I'll contact the others and let them know.
That's perfect. I'll use him. That's brilliant. I like it. Okay. Okay, so we don't need Meeks, and we don't need Ruby, and it takes you about 30 minutes to get to the address in question. And I shall put you all. Well, you've got a choice. Do you want to take the stairs or the lift?
Stairs. I don't trust lifts. People can trap you in lifts.
Waves coming by the stairs. Merlin, stairs or lift?
Merlin's going to go stairs.
Donahue, stairs or lift?
As much as I hated stairs.
Beulah, Daki, stairs as well, I assume?
I'm going by the lift.
Yes, stay with the group stairs.
And Aki being Aki's going up in the lift on his own.
I'm very short. It'll take me forever to walk up them stairs.
Those little short stubby legs. What can he do?
Exactly. This is the problem, isn't it? So hopefully, yeah. There we go. So basically, the four of you are clambering the stairs, and Azaki appears. Oops, hang on. I need to shut the door. Used this one before, and I forgot to close all the doors. There we go. So yeah, as you're climbing up the stairs, Aki will basically arrive up in the lift.
I'll be sitting there waiting.
Two gonna cover as the rest come through the door. If somebody's gonna get their head shot off, we'll let Aki go first. He's good at getting his head shot off.
Well, I don't think that's an ideal outcome.
Well, if we tip him to the fact that they're on the way and help him get away, that will make him,
That's the easiest way to do it.
Oh, there goes
Forgot
the
the
little
you
dwarf
had
running off to get himself killed. Do we know?
It's quite a depressing fact about Big City that an awful lot of the apartments look exactly the same.
Cheap
So it's just like my apartment. Even that graffiti is the same.
Well, it's obviously the same gang, same area.
Yeah, they just go around tagging. Yeah. So
One day I will actually flip it just to make it different.
Once everyone's getting close, I'll try the door quietly. See if it's locked or not.
Okay. When you say try the door quietly, do you mean you actually try the door quietly or just unlock it?
No, I'll just try and see if the door is even unlocked, and then if it's unlocked, then I'll try and unlock it. Not that I'm very good at picking locks.
Well, the doors are definitely the old slidey open type by the look of them. So you'll have, basically the odds are, being an apartment door, you reckon it will be locked. In fact, as you get closer, you can see there's no indication to imply that the door is unlocked. The pad doesn't show the open access. It appears to be sealed. Sense. Interesting.
So,
I think I forgot to turn on multi-stream chat. Let's see if people have been chatting and I've missed it. I apologise.
Okay.
The bacteria sense. I don't know what that means, Mr. Bacteria. So it's all quiet. Beulah's still standing. Beulah's guarding the stairwell, which is probably a good thing.
Kind of going in between here, sort of up and down, making sure nothing flanks us.
Yudoki? Some very disturbing sounds back there, but they seem to have gone now, so that's okay. What are the rest of you up to? The door's definitely shut, unlocked.
Well, I'm gonna move to the other side of Aki, so he's got covered from both sides. So this is definitely the apartment we're looking for. Is the one right in front of Aki.
That's the address. That's the address you were given by Meeks.
And Quig was the only one with lockpicking.
Someone needs to learn it. Well, it's an electronic. I'll be nice.
So the electronic guys can do this.
So technically, it should be the lowest of lockpicking or electronics. I'm going to be nice and say just use it.
Sorry, Kevin. I'm just going to interrupt for a second. Is the Savage Worlds Pathfinder got the chase thing implemented on the maps?
I don't know. Should
Little-
have. No
little-
reason for it to be turned off.
Because someone's just asking in Discord.
Yeah, I saw. As far as I know, it's there. So
You put a picture up and it hasn't got it on there. Strange.
well, don't
Anyway.
forget, Chase only appears after you drag cards onto a map. You've got to drag cards onto the map, onto the artwork to enable chase mode. Because chase mode uses playing cards, doesn't it? I haven't done the chase in Pathfinder yet. There's no reason why it shouldn't be there. It hasn't been,
Hello, Zepsua. How are you?
It's built on Pathfinder is built on top of the Suede rule set. It's just an extent. It's it's a layered on top, and so the Suede rule set's still there, and the Suede rule set has chase rules, so it should be there. Anyway, okay. So who's open? So what do you want? You could just knock on the door, or you could pick the door. It's up to you which way you want to go.
I'd say we're up high enough. There really isn't anywhere else to go, so I'd say just try and knock on them.
Yeah, I'll just knock on the door, yeah.
No response.
I will pick the lock, or hack the lock, or electronic lock. It's going to be unskilled because I haven't got anyone got thievery?
I did say you could use electronics because I was being nice. Because
Oh, well, use electronics then.
Because I'm being nice. Can't believe no one nicked. Can't believe no one but Queen had his thievery after all this time. But not to worry. Probably because I'm too nice. Okay, the door opens. You can hear the blaring sound of a TV coming out of the room.
All right, okay. So I'll go in carefully. I'm short anyway, so I only got to crouch a little bit and have a look around. Is there anyone in here apart from the TV?
Oh, there should be, but there should be someone. There should be someone in here.
Oh, yeah, I see someone now. I see Keats. Right.
You see this? You see this? There's someone hiding, just staring up from behind the chair.
Get some time off.
As something goes by outside, it would appear. Clicked the wrong button there. Goes, who are you? What are you doing here?
Hello. Well, we've just come to speak to you.
We need to get going. Arasaki's going to be here at midnight.
Yep.
We came to help you get out.
Which point, in that case, obviously, that
Yeah,
would
but
be a good
it's
time to
EA.
say, as you say that, Donahue, the clock in his room goes beep, 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 beep. Showing the mid, well, actually, it would chime 12, but anyway, basically, you notice is 12 o'clock. Merlin, it would appear that the lift is in use. Beulah, can I have a notice check, please?
Absolutely.
You can hear someone's coming up the stairs towards you.
Don't know if that actually works.
Up here at the top.
Yeah, and I give a whistle,
Does work, yeah.
or a little
At the
notice
same.
to our pals
Yep.
so that they know, and then I'll start
That's my Discord server.
to walk down the stairs so I don't look like I'm lurking.
Okie doke. I shall put you, for all intents and purposes, on hold. Merlin, at this point, the elevator door goes.
Merlin, while all of this is going on, Merlin's going to stand in front of this door, and he's got like a piece of paper or something in his hand, and he's looking at the door and at the paper like he's trying to figure out how come the person is not answering. He doesn't knock. He's just, why isn't this person answering? Kind of look on his face.
No problem at all. Aki, just at this point, you notice it's just gone midnight.
Okay, well, you just heard what Donahue said, and there's someone coming up the lift. So we're going to help you, but you have to give us.
You've got 6 seconds. What you doing? Oh, I forgot to lock tokens.
I'm pulling out my gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But no, as I say, we're doing combat initiative, so you can position yourself accordingly in the apartment, or just stand defiantly where you are.
I'm going to try. Can I move Keats with me and drag him over?
Of course you can.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to move Keats over here with me. Over
Okay,
here,
you'll have,
Keats.
you'll have to run to jump over the counter with him, but yeah, make a run roll, and you can literally two of you can leap over the counter and crash down, duck down behind it.
I
Yep,
was
no problem at all.
going to
Not what.
position myself on this side of the door next to Donahue, so that anybody coming through
Okie
that
dokie.
door is in my reach.
I shall
I'll
do
tell
that
him to
on
get
your
his head
go
down.
then, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4,
You're
5.
about to get into a
Let's
fight.
do that differently because I'm not sure that works the way I want it to.
First guy through that
there.
door other than Donahue is going to get punched.
Okay, so the first guy comes out of the lift. He sees you looking at the piece of paper, Merlin, but other than that, doesn't seem to, you know what I mean? Doesn't seem to react. The second guy comes out the lift and takes up a position on the wall there. Again, they're just they're just looking at you, but they've got no reason to suspect you or anything other than someone who's meant to be there at the moment. This guy here will literally stride past you almost, as it were, and get to there. And the last one will do the same thing, except he will literally be almost walking behind you at this point. And obviously, I've put you on hold so you can interrupt at any time you see fit. And in the meantime,
I'm on hold too, right?
You are on 2. Yes. As you start to head down the stairs, this guy starts coming up the stairs and stops as he sees you there. But other than that, he doesn't do anything as such. He's just waiting to see what he does. Keats,
I'm gonna swing at him stealthily with my club.
Okie dokie. You are coming off hold.
You'll swing at him stealthily with his club.
He's not expecting it. Well, you're gonna have to make an athletics roll to see if you can react quicker than he if you can make an athletics check to interrupt him is what I'm trying to say. Are you happy with a 4? Evan looks good. Oh, okay. So what I'm going to say is it's going to be simultaneous, as it were. So he does. I was going to say if you were fast enough to. Interrupt him, I'd give you a bonus to catch him by surprise. But he's obviously wary and expecting trouble, but he didn't necessarily expect it to come from you. So you will get to react. He won't. Yeah, he won't. Basically, you will get to react, but I'm afraid you won't get. I won't give you a surprise bonus on him. But by all means, swing away, sir. I'll let you have the drop if you'd beaten him.
I did beat him.
You've got to equal. If he equals or if he matches if he matches you, you don't get to interrupt him unless you've got that edge.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No. He's not going to react. It was just I was giving you a bonus for the drop, so go for it. Attack away. Oh dear. That's unfortunate.
Critically hit yourself in the balls.
Yeah, I critically failed, right? So I can't Benny that, can I?
I'm afraid you can't. I'm going to say is if we look at the stairwell there, it does appear to be full of litter and stuff. So basically, as you're taking your time to quietly and carefully bring out, I should have actually done it. Athletics versus notice. As you're quietly and carefully trying to pull out your stun club to stun him, you failed to notice the glass, not the glass bottle, the soda can beverage, basically underneath your foot, and just as you go to swipe at him, your whole foot slides out from underneath you, and you basically find yourself off balance and almost tumbling down the stairs. And for all intents and purposes, you are vulnerable until you recover, which depends on initiative, maybe before he gets to react. Waif, you were going to move to that side of the door there, I believe.
I'm going to indicate to Donahue to take cover. I'll get the first ones through.
Yeah. Actually, you're very lucky, Donahue, from where you are at the moment. No one's actually see you in that doorway. So, Donahue.
Who's this author?
Offer.
Who's that?
We don't really have stealth. It doesn't look like an option to.
Who's that girl?
She's put herself there.
Would that fix being an option?
What time zone are you in, Zepsua?
Sorry. I was sorting something out there. Hopefully now I'll get Beulah's icon when Beulah talks. Are you planning to move? Yeah, you're going to dive down and take cover over there. No problem at all.
Because I play a game on
you're still on hold
Mondays,
you want to act.
which is
No, I'm still on hold.
with
I'm going to let them
Pantera
act first, kind of thing.
and 11.
Yeah, I figured that
And
might be the
Kylan.
case. Okay, so unfortunately, possibly for Beulah, the Snatch team will probably react. So this Snatch team guy here is literally going to walk down. He was going to get down the corridor, but he suddenly
Didn't he win the
stops
lottery
an alert
yet?
and said, and basically signals that the door's open. Fortunately,
Truck driving's a pain in the
from
arse
that
job, yeah.
angle, I'm just going to say because of the way waves right up against the wall, which you would be if it weren't for the 3D-ness of the map. So he hasn't spotted you. This guy here is going to step through the door.
Oh, should I have made a stealth roll for like hiding behind the cover?
That sounds like a good idea. Let's have some stealth roll from you. Okay, are you happy with a 4?
Not really, but I don't want to spend a bendy.
Okay, I will give you a bonus for being. That's absolutely fine. This Snatch team guy completely fails to notice anyone as he steps into the room. This guy here takes up a position out on the other side of the door, a bit like Waif is doing, and this guy's going to do the same thing on this side of the door. And this guy here is basically going to is wrong with their damage. Oh no, that's it. What is wrong with their attack? Something's wrong with their stats. Why are they having a? Why has he got a minus? Oh, I know why. No, I don't know why.
Yeah, so this weekend.
Is
Do
it going on?
Not this one. Next weekend, I want you to win the lottery, okay? Buy the winning ticket.
Yeah, I have no idea what was going on there. The stats were really wrong. This guy swings at you, Beulah. Even though you're vulnerable, you are still even though you're off balance, you're still able to avoid the swing from the club. Donahue, you are, as far as you can tell at the moment, safety concealed down there.
Okay. I will stay as
Go on hold.
Go on hold, stay as still as possible, wait for them to all enter, I guess.
No problem at all. That brings us to Aki.
Actually, I think I would like to interrupt at this point.
Okie dokie.
I am going to summon an elemental.
Do it. Yeah.
Why not, indeed?
Why not?
This is like a cyberpunk magic.
Why we're able to do these things.
Merlin's a wizard. I'm a dwarf. Waif's a martial arts ninja. He's Darth Vader. Beulah's an orc.
An elemental in your pocket? You happy to see me?
I still don't think I've got
yes
you working
to
there.
both questions.
I don't know why the pop-up doesn't seem to work for Beulah. It's working for everyone else, but not Beulah. It's very annoying. Oh well.
Let's see. And being veteran, I can actually summon the tougher dudes. Or not veteran. Yeah, veteran. Come here. Stop that, you machine. I'm going to bop you one. My turn for the computer to be acting up.
Actually, my Sprawlrunners module's missing.
Ah. There we go.
Loaded. In fact, actually, why is it showing players can't access it? Something weird's going on. Right. You should all be able to access the Sprawlrunners module now. Theme was missing earlier. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm going to summon an agile fire elemental.
Excuse me.
Thank you. Agile file elemental. Okay, go for it.
Well, when all else fails, kill him with fire.
That's the whole point, yes. And I'm going to have him pop up right there between those 4 dudes, if that's a viable location.
Okay, an agile file elemental. He looks quite agile, doesn't he? Let's put him there. And you want him to pop up
In
on the
between
door
the
frame,
two.
basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, interesting for selection purposes, but there we go. Well, so I'll do that instead. But one agile fire elemental appears as if by
agile
magic,
fire
which of course it was. Which of course it was.
Which of course. And he will. What actually? Can he just look at his abilities again here?
He's got damage field, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got
energy
damage
attack,
fields.
fiery touch, or flame breath, which is a cone attack.
Oops, don't do that. Do this. He is going to breathe fire on those 2 guys.
Yep. Even when he actually put centers on him. Yep. Okie dokie. Fire
Yeah,
on
they're
those
very
2
edge,
guys.
but still, he's feeling. He coughs whenever he shows up.
Okay, go for it. I'm not sure if it actually should. I'm persuaded. I don't think it actually needs a throwing anymore. A ranged stat, does it? But it's got one, I think. I'll have to check the rules for the elementals later.
Okay, they can dodge at a -2 if they wish to.
They can indeed. I want to see the actual description for this. Cone attack 2d6 -1 cannot obey, cannot fire any other turn this action. I don't think it needs shooting anymore because breath weapons don't anymore. So I think it literally is a case of they just have to evade it. Okay. First one fails. Second one fails. Means for flame breath. Ooh. This might kill him. Shakes one. It totally incinerates the other. Yeah, he's not. He's cooked to crisp. And the second one is shaken. And that brings us to Aki. I believe you were about to go when Merlin interrupted you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right. That's the whole point of interruptions.
That's okay.
Aren't we supposed to have a?
He's going to interrupt as well. Yeah.
Isn't there supposed to be a tab on the characters for implants?
Cyberware.
Yes, it's gone. I've not got it.
It's under invent. Oh no, it's not.
It's not. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
It is an extension.
Yeah, something happened, and it looks like all of. I'm not sure what, but it looks. I had to re-download.
There's nothing I have to worry about, but yeah, I just was looking and I was thinking, okay,
Yeah.
and where's that gone? Yeah,
That's okay. Yeah, I won't bounce it now for that, but I will have to reload the extension. I forgot to load the Sprawlrunners extension. I load the theme, but obviously forgot to load the setting. I don't know.
Okay, Donahue's interrupting me.
I must have. Yep.
I'm going to
Mr.
interrupt
Donahue,
Donahue.
No,
I'm going to interrupt Donahue interrupting me.
Shut up. Mr.
So-
Donahue.
Snatch Team 2 isn't aware of me. I've got the drop on him.
He failed to notice you, yes.
All right, so I'll make a called shot to his head.
Please don't miss. I'm right here.
A critical
Come on,
fail
you know
could
how
be
to duck,
messy.
don't you? Isn't that one of the first things that Shang teaches is how to duck?
Oh, I know how to duck. These guys, because they shoot so wild, which way do I go? Right into their
This is
bullet.
true. This
You
is
just do a
true.
Neo and turn the bullet into a rubber and make it bounce. It'll stop in midair.
Shooting. It's a called shot to the head, but I've got the smart link, which will make it which will reduce it to a -2 penalty. And then he should have the drop on him.
Net effect of that is +2 to hit, +4 damage, isn't it? Basically. Plus the called shot, so +4 to hit, +8 damage, in fact.
So, combat tab, so I'm actually shooting him.
At -2, technically speaking.
Yep. Oh. No, I don't think you need to worry about a critical failure.
Well, at least you got him in the head, not me.
Okay, so manually dialing a +4 bonus for the hit on the head. The drop will still add in the +4 bonus for having the drop.
Oh, I forgot
I
that.
think the only problem is,
Doesn't matter.
Waif, is you were
Covered in
sort of
brains now.
covered in basically Snatch Team head remains. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got strong stomach.
roll a vigor check to stop vomiting, wife.
Yeah, you think this is the first time she's ever had anybody, splattered all over her hanging out with you guys?
No, probably not.
She splattered plenty of people on herself too, probably.
More than one.
Well, I can't see anyone, can I? So I might as well just go on hold, isn't it?
You might as well. Beulah, you basically avoid the blow, and back to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Doing personal protection on our VIP, so he's keeping him alive.
Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting for something to be in danger to Meeks. Pete's, not Meeks. He's the other guy. Meeks is the rat.
I was happy to see Beulah's icon appear before everyone interrupted the poor chap.
Sorry.
No. I'm quite the opposite. Please, everyone's interrupting you,
Beulah.
including me. So we're going to shut up and let you do your stuff. Okay, you're going to shoot. You're shooting him with your pocket pistol. Okay, you hit. As even a 5 would still hit him, so it doesn't matter. Do you wish to re-roll the damage? Thought you might. Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah, it's just what the hell?
Oh my god! It's just,
I'm gonna give you a couple backhand of sympathy there because I'm.
it happens. I mean, in for a pound, in for a penny, right? But Jesus.
Yeah, I think I did 5 in a row once.
I'm going to award you 2 bennies for dedication in spending all your bennies and completely failing. So for making me causing Aki to nearly explain and then remember himself, so I didn't have to.
Oh bollocks!
I'll give you a benny. Damn, I was too slow there. Anyway, over to
I'm going to swear in 3, 2, 1.
Well, I'm going to step over. Now I can see through the door, so I could get a shot on 2 or 3, right? Or
yes,
4 or 3. So I'm just gonna, since they're, totally disregarded, the fact that I could have just punched the guy down.
Well, you're scraping brains off your face.
Probably messed up my aim.
Oh, you hit him.
I'm gonna Benny the damage one time. Oh, still shaking.
Still shaken. Okie dokie. I shall apply that one and remove that one.
Yeah, I'll just stay on hold and
Yeah.
see what happens.
Okay. So the third round, and Merlin is up. They will think. Well, given you're the only person in the corridor with line of sight to them, they may think you.
Oh well.
caused the,
Plus, I was mumbling. I did the whole hand gesture. I mean, I'm a wizard. I have to do
Indeed.
all these things.
Yeah, and you also went far out of the bed till I choose you.
Well, not quite, but okay.
I would have heard him going something like "fire in the hole."
Exactly. Yeah. Right, so Merlin, what do you wish to do?
Sorry, a bit of a coughing fit there. I am going to magic missile this guy that's right here next to me.
Okay.
He's
Magic
already
missile
shaken. So
/
I think
team
I'm just going
four.
to do just a basic magic missile. Yeah.
That's a hit with a raise.
Just a basic magic missile.
There's nothing basic about this magic missile.
Oh.
A 6-foot shard of magic blasts the guy 3 feet off the ground and pins him to the ceiling for a second. And then he collapses
I
to the
don't have
floor.
a problem with that at all. And then my fire elemental will go ahead and punch the one next to him. See if I can fiery touch. There we go. Ha ha!
We forgot to do his. We did forget to do the damage field, didn't we, last round?
It happens.
Not that it matters. Well, that's puts pay to that guy.
And then the fire
collapses to
elemental.
the ground.
I'm still hearing Beulah doing strange things in the
You hear gunfire, yeah.
stairwell. Yeah. So the fire elemental is going to head that direction. How fast is it? 8 inches or 7? Come here. Come back here. What is your speed?
Okay, the agile fire elemental moves over there. Mr. Donahue, it would appear that it seems that there's sort of lots of cries and cracks of magic and sort of bursts of flame, and you're seeing like flame gouts of fire shooting past the doorways, and it seems to be a lot quieter outside now. And then you hear gunfire in the stairwell. But other than that, what do you wish to do?
Assault rifle with a silencer.
Time to go, I think. Come on, Aki. Go on, Keats. Get out. We need to get out of here.
Yep, let's go. Come on. So I'll make him start coming with us.
Well, what I'll do is I'll put Keats on your card, Aki. So when you choose to come off hold, you can move him with you. I'm going to be pedantic and say you can dive onto the couch that's beneath the stairs. You'll have to go that way to get up the stairs.
And I will do a run move as well.
11 will get you to about there. You get to do a 7, and obviously Keats will come with you.
Yeah, I've got him body arm.
You'll literally be dragging. Yeah, you'll just be dragging him. But for ease, he just goes on your card because that makes more sense. If you're dragging him, that you're on the same initiative. Brings us to Waif. And Waif basically makes a swift move. The elevator's still there at the moment, actually.
Yeah,
Again, snatch team guy.
Can I use my repair to jam it so it won't be called back down?
Yes, certainly. The snatch team guy backs away. Nicely done. Yeah, you've got it locked there. Snatch team guy backs away slightly from Beulah, back down the stairs, giving him a bit of distance, and he opens fire. So to everybody else, the gunfire echoes.
Doesn't Beulah get a
the
free
building.
swing since they were engaged?
Well, Beulah shot him as well, so they weren't engaged. Technically, I should have swung at him, but I was nice, so it was ranged. Beulah was shooting him, so I shoot back.
Ah, okay. I remember there being a broom swing in there at one point, but okay.
There
but
was,
he shot him,
and
he shot him just outside of melee range. So yeah, otherwise he'd have been trying to get past his parry when he tried to shoot him.
Exactly.
All good.
So
my mistake.
Yeah. No. You are completely correct, but I'm slightly retconning it. The idea that Bueller was trying to shoot him rather than, you know what I mean, letting him get to close combat range, which made more sense to me in the long term. So I decided that I would retcon it in the fact that Bueller tried to shoot him rather than shock him. So Bueller, you narrowly avoid the bullet. It's very close, but it has no lasting effects on you as you duck the shot.
Well, that's nice. And now it's my turn.
It is. So you can either shoot back, or if you want to, you could advance on him and stun him if you want to. But it's your call, whichever you feel more comfortable with, ranged or melee. Or you can back out of the stairwell. Yeah, as in shoot him and then back out the stairwell. As it were.
I'm trying to shoot. It's not letting.
Don't know why. He's
I'm
targeted.
double clicking it and it's not working here.
On the combat tab.
Yeah. No, I mean I know what I'm doing. I just
No, I'm not doubting it. I've noticed that sometimes. If you actually click on the window, does it move? Because I've noticed sometimes it can.
I closed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll do it for you. It's not a problem. I've had that. I know exactly what you mean. I've had that fun and games before.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll just have to come back out. Yeah, go ahead and shoot for me if that's okay.
It's okay. I feel so guilty that I missed. I'll spend a penny for you. One of mine, in fact. You hit, and you do. No, I'm going to spend one of yours on the damage just this once. Now, it would appear his armor's too good for your little light. His body armor just seems to be absorbing the shots from your pistol. If you want to, do you want to back out of the corridor, or do you want to stand your ground?
No, I want to back out the corridor.
I figured you might.
You want to let him get away? Don't let him get away.
I'll back you up to there. Makes sense. So you back out the way to there, no problem at all. And as I say, if you're having fun in games,
hold on. If they're saying that, like I back out and they tell me not to, so
the others,
they're not the ones. They're not the ones being shot at, mate.
It's true. I haven't been shot at once yet. I've just been stood
yeah,
still
no,
with my
I'm
gun.
I'm going to stay with them though.
Okay, no problem at all. You're staying there. That's absolutely fine. Next round, then. Waif gets to go first.
Waif hears the gunfire coming from the stairs, so she's gonna move. Let's see, I've got a total of 8, so I can step through the door. I already have my gun in hand, so I'll take a shot.
Unfortunately,
I need to do a run to get that far because I can. She has fleet-footed.
You're okay actually. I think you'll find you could because that didn't count as an inch of movement, so that meant you could have moved that far as part of your 8. So basically, Waif steps through the door behind you, Bueller. Obviously, you're coming up you're a few stairs down, and you just hear gunfire from behind you, and Waif's 9mm still packs a punch, but it's still not enough to put the guy down. His body armor is protecting him.
But Bueller goes next.
Shaken. But Bueller goes next.
Soften him up for you, Bueller.
If you're still having grief, I can do it.
I'm going to try it again. I didn't want to back out because that would stall the game. So let me just try it. I closed and opened the sheet. Let's see if it'll let me shoot. Yeah. Otherwise, and hit him. Shot club worked.
Yep. Okay. You just stride up to the guy because he's just taken the shot, and you smack him with the shot club, which means he has to make a vigor check at -2, doesn't he?
Well, now it looks like minus more than that, right? Because I just
I wouldn't worry because with the shock tub, it's always a vigor check at -2. It doesn't matter if you get the raise or not. It's the nature of the item, so I'll give you your Benny back. But it's a very good hit with that reroll. The shock. It's all. Oh dear. With a -2, 5, he is still standing because he needed a 4. So you hit him with the shot club, but he doesn't go down, I'm afraid. Aki.
I will carry on moving.
Yep. Only downside of the shot club, there's no benefit to hitting with a raise, it would appear, as they've written the rules. Normally, you're right, that spending a Bendy to get the reroll would increase damage, but with a shot club, alas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that-
thought
you-
maybe it would boot up the vigor roll, right?
I thought, as written, it doesn't. I mean, too much.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
think
Like if
but
it's
he's-
-2 for a single hit, you would think that with a raise maybe it's -3, and then with a double raise it's -4. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, possibly we could. Possibly, the only thing you got to bear in mind is when I start using them on you guys, do you really want that? But anyway, Stats Team guy is still shaken. Merlin.
The fire elemental is going to dart in here past Wave, or at least try to.
Well, it was worth
and-
the ask, right? I mean, what the hell do I know?
It was. It looked really cool. Don't get me wrong. It was a really good swing the second time. And you get one more inch of movement, which means you can get to. Well, there you get to there in total.
Yeah, but I didn't get him his ranged attack, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and run.
Yep, be my guest.
And that should let me get up here.
Yeah, it does.
Sorry, Beulah.
Except bearing in mind, there's only one problem if you do that.
Yeah, sorry, Beulah.
It is what it is. It's just not Beulah's day.
Does he feel like he should have taken the day off, do you think?
Yeah, so long as Beulah backs away by the end of his turn, he should be okay because it affects characters at the end of their turn. So,
Well, that's good to know. And as far as taking the day off, it's a little late. We're committed now. Can't say like, yeah, like a mulligan. Really didn't mean to take those 2 shots and 3 swings at you.
yeah, sorry, dude. Mistaken identity, honest.
My bad.
Okay. Is the fire elemental going to take a swing after the run, or not worry about it?
Yeah, you know what? He may as well. I mean,
I'm just we're ignoring the run dice. I'm just turning it on to apply the penalties. Fiery touch. Misses.
yeah, okay, that's it.
Master Donahue, sir.
Just probably follow Aki and Mr. Keats is there.
Keep him safe.
Rear guard.
Yeah, rear
Yeah,
guard.
you can see the light. You can see the light from the elevator. It would appear the doors are being kept open, so the elevator's sitting there waiting for you all.
I thought Waif jammed it, didn't she?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, yeah, she jammed a screwdriver at the bottom of the door so it wouldn't close, kind of thing.
So it can't be called
Pretty
down,
much it.
but I didn't disable
No,
it.
actually, she made a repair check. So what she actually did was she just reached inside and flicked the switch that actually holds the doors open on this floor. The service button. She activated service mode in the elevator, so it will stay there until.
Yeah, so we're not
it's
taking the
operated
lift,
from the
are we?
inside.
We're going to take the stairs or the lift?
Up to you. It's up to you guys what you want to do. I'm just pointing out the lift's right there, just in case you want them. But anyway, so are you just staying put for now, Mr. Donahue, or do you want to sort of?
I'm on hold and
Move on.
I'll follow. Basically, I'm going to be following Aki and Keats.
No problem at all. Well, this guy's lasted a darn sight longer than I thought he would, but Beulah just got the Joker.
Excellent.
We're lined up to give him the 1, 2, 3 punch right now.
I'm going to quickly grab a cup of coffee. Back in a second.
Okay. What I suggest you do is take a swing with your well, either back. He's shaken, so you can back off and shoot him if you want to, or you can swing at him with your shot club. But what you don't want to do is end your turn standing next to that fire elemental. He's rather on the warm side. If you're talking, we can't hear you, Mr. Bueller, sir. It want to put him on hold. Not when he's next to a fire elemental. I think we've lost him. I think we've lost Mr. Bueller. He's taken the day off after all. Go on, wife, shoot him.
Yeah, I'm gonna just step through so I have a clear line of sight.
Yeah, you hit him.
Oh no, I'm Bennying that damage. I've got a freaking armor-piercing pistol on me.
You do indeed. You shake him. He's already shaken, I believe, isn't he? Oh no, it looks like
Yes.
he's already shaken. Oh, I misread it. So yeah, you put him down.
And I step back through and let him know that so far it's clear. It's clear on this floor. So
It is indeed.
we're heading down the stairs, or I'm heading down the stairs because I don't trust the elevator, and B, they could have a second team down in the lobby waiting on us. So we want to
Very
get down
nice.
the stairs before they get down the elevator. If they're going to take the elevator, if we're down there first, then we've got them. We got them coming and going. As fast as my little legs will carry me.
No problem. Yep, you head on down the stairs, and out into the streets, and it all seems basically it would appear that you got away with it this time, and will fade to black, and then when we come back after the advert break or whatever, however you want to think of the transition, we find ourselves at a very familiar location.
Hey, never been there.
Hey, the basement. We're not sitting here in front of the windows.
Basement. I haven't got the basement. I can't remember what I did with the basement map. Anyway, yeah, that's okay. It'll be down in the basement. I won't worry too much about it. So basically speaking, Keats is very thankful. He's concerned that he was tracked down so quickly, and obviously someone's talked. But fortunately, he's got a rendezvous later today. In fact, obviously it's the early hours of the morning now. He's got some friends who are going to get him out of big city, and in a couple of days they'll get him across the border to Canada, and there he should be. Well, Arasaki being a global company, he might be in trouble, but Mega Corp. But he's got friends who'll basically get him out of the country, and hopefully once he's in Canada, he can help it possibly be safer. So he's more. But in the meantime, he's very grateful that you saved him, and he's more than happy to give you any information he can. And what he's able to say is all he knows about the compound is that something happened there. Arasaki's keeping it very quiet, and no one's going in or out. And any attempts he's made to communicate with people inside, contacts and everything has failed. And he knows of two separate attempts of he's had of people trying to get into the place have ended with them never being seen again. He doesn't know whether they succeeded or not. The last lead he was following, and the reason he ended up in all this shtuck with a snatch team after him was he uncovered the location of a server compound that owned by Arasaki, and he basically got the information, and he hired a team of runners to get him inside the complex. But he gets the impression that they obviously probably rushed the planning stage, as it were, or just decided that they could deal with everything, and basically they the plan was they get in there, neutralize the systems, and then he'd be able to get in. So he was waiting at a nearby location when all he heard was alarms go off everywhere, and it would appear that Arasaki's response was to send 2 military grade mechs, and they just basically entered the complex, and that was the last he heard of everything. But the information he had is that the reason he was trying to get in there is it's a standard Arasaki server complex that holds a lot of data at resource and megacorp data. But it appears to be that he's a hacker he'd hired who was subsequently gone missing, and basically found was able to track through all of those redirects and it would, as far as he could tell, that anything referring to compound number 4 would be routed to this server complex. So the information he was led to believe is there's obviously a mainframe system in there that's got all the data on it, and that's what he was hired this team to go and get. He says, he'd love to know the end of the story, but given how it's ruined his life and killed his partner, and now he's wanted for murder and everything else, he really wishes he never found out about this story and then began investigating it, and advises that you should just let it go. And then he thanks you yet again for saving him.
If he doesn't need our help to get to his friends, a server, you say?
Server complex, compound, yes.
So that server complex is where they're collecting information on compound number 4?
Apparently, yes.
Okay. That's what I thought.
But as I say, he gives you all the information about it, and wishes you luck, and then basically makes off for his rendezvous. Again, the last thing he says before he goes was, "Don't make the mistake my team did. They were arrogant and confident, and basically raided the place sooner rather than later. And I think that's what cost them their lives."
I give him a tip.
Okay.
That the possibility of Draco Industries may have killed Arasaki Jr.
His eyes widened at that one, and says he'll look into. He says that it's probably worth looking into. Once I get myself sorted out, safe, I shall start. I shall look into that one. Nicely done. So, what do you guys want to do? You have an address for a Arasaki server compound, but obviously there's usually something they don't like to advertise.
Well,
It's nowhere near the main complexes. It's deliberately off campus, as it were.
lock and load.
We'll need to do research on it.
You certainly can do so. Do other people want to see if they? Do you
I'll
guys-
help him do some research.
or
Yeah.
just want to lock and load?
I'm already locked and loaded though. I'm already locked. Always locked and loaded. I'm like on Viagra 24 hours a day. So, Aki anyway. Yeah. So I'll help Donahue with his research.
Okay. What about the rest of you? Aki doesn't find anything.
That's a terrible roll, and I'm not going to have it.
One of his considerable bennies.
That's better.
Yeah, that'll be a +1. Aki finds some possible leads. Beulah? What's Beulah?
No, I was dragging that card. I'll use that to try to find some information.
Oh, nice. Very useful. In fact,
Sorry, I didn't mean to be dragging that. That was
Absolutely
the right time
fine.
to use that, right?
Certainly was. Basically, yeah, you no, that's absolutely fine. You basically you track down someone who you seem to recall was saying something about building some secret some company was building some secret server complex out out in basically in the middle of a sort of industrial complex that for isolation purposes, so it was off site from the main data compounds and everything else, and for some, and obviously for as backups for certain systems, and also was for a specific project. It was set up in the last few months, you gather. So you're able to track your colleague down. He was, as I say, he was on one of the building crews that actually were building nearby, and he mentioned it. It was funny because a couple of the crews he saw building the complex, he realised he hasn't actually seen them since. Communication with them applies. They seem to be well and hearty, but they seem to be staying in. They seem to be now on full-time employment with Arasaki in Compound 3. So obviously, therefore, they didn't say much. But he is able to point you in another direction, which will give Donahue an additional +2 bonus above any other resources, so which will take you up to an advantage of a possible security layout for the complex. It will basically give he says he does know that the records were stored downtown under a false identity, and he gives you what the false identity was. Whether or not you're able to actually track down the actual the actual data is another matter, because sometimes those downtown bureaucratic systems are notoriously misfiled, sometimes deliberately, sometimes accidentally. But it definitely gives you a very good lead to go on. Whether anyone else wants to make any other rolls, or if Donahue, you just want to make your research check now. Does anyone else want to ask any questions or see if they can assist?
When it comes into digging that stuff up, that's not Wave's area of expertise.
Okay, so we'll give you a +4 bonus, Mr. Donahue, on your research roll. That includes Aki's bonus and the bonuses you get from Beulah's contact.
Okay, will this include Streetwise or Investigator?
You will definitely get to use those bonuses on top.
Okay.
So you get +6 total.
You said research.
It's you 10, which is absolutely fine. So what actually happens is you get a security layout, as it were, of the Arasaki server compound, the one in question, which I will share with you now. It has all the camera positions and all the designations of the offices and everything else, which we can go over. So basically, it's this is like the security blueprints. So what you get is with this layout is it's mostly an underground complex. Ground level ends at about, can't remember where I'm going to do. Oops, sorry, I've shared it with all of you. There, visible to all. So the ground level sort of ends at about there. So everything after that sort of underground, as it were. So what you have is a normal reception area. Pardon?
I just got a black map.
Yeah, ditto. All I'm seeing is a black screen.
Yeah, it's all right. It's loading up. Yeah, here it is. I've got it now. This looks like what this.
I got it.
This is an award-winning map.
It's a Tron map.
It's a security layer overlay. In fact, we're basically, because you've got this information later on, Donahue will be able to superimpose this over what you're actually seeing when you're inside the compound.
You're going to layer it with transparency, aren't you?
Well, this is this is an actual blueprint, as it were. But once you're there, I've got it. Yes. So basically, what you've got is obviously there's a footpath entrance here, which takes you up to a reception area. You can see behind that there are toilets. Down here, you've got a outside car park. You have a security guard for a barrier for the underground car park here. This also is a loading bay, and obviously you've got the locations of the cameras marked on the map. What have you got then? Excuse me a second.
Borib car park. What's a Borib? Oh, barrier. The barrier car park. They really need to add text to the maps, don't they? I think they're toilets, aren't they?
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Got a bit interesting there. The back door didn't want to open. Apparently.
Terrible.
Yeah. Anyway.
We've got a barrier car park, toilets.
That's not a barrier, that's a loading bay. What you got marked as barrier. The barrier's down here by the entrance to the car park. That's a loading bay up there. So what you then got is here. That appears to be server room. That's labelled up as server room 1, and then you've got this. This appears to be a rest kitchen area. Then here you have server room 2, and here you have server room 3. Basically what you have is up here is like the main security office, which is the central system, and all the security systems are controlled from that office. This area, you're not entirely sure what it doesn't appear to have any function other than having a camera there. And it would appear that what you're able to ascertain is that the secure room here has basically has communication feeds into this area, as if there's a means of communicating between the two areas. You're not sure why that would be. There doesn't appear to be any significance of that area on the map. And then what you do have up here apparently is this seems to be just almost, well, it's actually sort of labelled up as an antechamber almost, but it seems to be like where the UPS systems are for the entire complex and everything else. And then this room up here at the very north of the building is labelled as the secure server room. And is basically what you assume is your objective. It would appear that the does the security center do? The security center seems to be hooked into the lights, the camera, the building alarm system, the outside alarm system, and also the automated defenses. So that is what you are able to ascertain. What I realised is I really should have done this as a separate drawing, this one, so all your lovely notes could have stayed on it. I wonder if I can do that now.
All right, so we got car park, barrier, loading bay, three smaller server rooms, the objective all the way at the end, a break area. And I'm guessing this is the entryway.
Well, you either get in through reception. You can basically you can either get in through reception, or you can get in through the car park. Now, reception is only manned. Well, obviously, that won't be the information you get from that, but other information that you're able to get is that basically the reception area is only manned during the day and basically is secure at night. The security desk at reception is able to create the pass keys to get you through the doors behind reception into the secure area. Creation of pass keys will send an alert to the security office. Deliveries can be made 24 hours a day to the loading bay. However, they have to have been arranged in advance and be on the delivery schedule. Otherwise, they won't be allowed into the complex. But if they're expected, you'll be fine. So I just need to update because you've updated your notes. That's fine. So if I do that, and then that, and then get rid of that, and then drop it to that, export that. Are we there?
Who signs for deliveries?
Basically, there's a mat that basically if deliveries are expected, 2 members of staff will be on hand on the loading bay to take the delivery.
But not security.
Well, security will, if security are expecting them, as it were, if security are expecting the delivery, it's on that day's manifest for deliveries, and obviously, as long as the delivery turns up with the ID they're expecting for that scheduled delivery, they'll get waved past. They'll be allowed into the loading bay area, and after that, you know what I mean. There'll be the loading bay staff there will be loading bay staff on hand waiting for them. Is what I'm trying to. What I'm trying to say is, so it's if you could, you could somehow get on, if you can basically get on a truck that's going in there. You'll get to the loading bay without any issues in theory, but once you get to the loading bay, then you'll have the fun and games of if you're hiding in the truck. The guys there will probably spot you, but you've already got half the way there. But it's up to you how you want to do it, really. What I'm going to do is I'm going to.
What if it's after hours? Will security sign? Will they be the ones to sign for it then? If it's after hours?
Basically, this site seems to be have a low staff turnover. The only real difference is that basically visitors to the site. It's not a 24-hour site, so visitors to the site are only in sort of core operating hours, where they have a receptionist who sits there. Pretty much hardly ever does anything because no one really comes here. But the security staff are on site 24 hours a day. The IT staff are on site 24 hours a day. The only staff that aren't 24 hours a day is the receptionists and the loading team crew, who will, if they are required to, there's obviously, they do have shifts, as it were, but if they're required to come in out of hours, they will, that will be arranged, and some staff will be there out of hours.
Okay. So if we did an after hours delivery, then they would have loading staff, and it wouldn't be security signing for them.
Well, security will what? No, security never sign for it. There's always loading staff to sign for it. It's secure. Basically, security need to expect the delivery to let it through through the barriers to the loading bay, and then the loading staff will also be expecting the delivery will be there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a nice new image record, because in hindsight, I realised as soon as I actually put you there and turn back on line of sight, you won't actually be able to see all your lovely notes. So there are all your lovely notes. So I can turn them off here and turn the line of sight on. And then you've still got... Actually, all your lovely notes are still there, aren't they? But whether you can see them or not is another matter.
Here we can zoom in, yeah.
So you might not need the lights after all. So that's okay. Well, you got your other one in case for the lights. But you see the idea.
Notes, the one in notes is perfect, so yeah.
Well, that'll allow me to reference it without having to you being able to do line of sight.
Yeah, exactly. That was the plan. So now I can turn line of sight back on. So if I just borrow Mr. Donahue and just pop him, see that's working. Actually, can you still see all your notes out of interest, even on the line of sight? I'm curious. I don't know how it works.
We can see them.
That's good.
For the most part, one of them's a little off color, but the rest of them are all mine.
It's absolutely fine. Yeah. No, the idea I had, was then you see I've got the overlay over the top. So you can see I can turn on the overlay like that, so you can overlay if you want over the graphics. But that was me trying lots of interesting stuff. But anyway, I will delete Mr. Donahue because he's not there yet. So that's pretty much all the information you've got. You've got blueprints of the place that show you the positions of all the cameras and how the security works. So the question is, what do you want to do with that information?
Is this the place they sent the military grade mechs to cover?
Yep.
Or is that okay. Then before we do much more, especially since odds are we're gonna have to go check the place out in person, I'd like to acquire a few more weapons and another trank pack.
Well, as always, you're going on a run, so this is where you can spend your logistic points to equip yourselves for a run.
Well, I'm gonna buy extra. I'm gonna make sure.
Where did those mechs come from? Do we know?
Off-site. The official response time that you gather is under 10 minutes.
We don't know where they came from.
They probably came from an Arasaki compound. One of the Arasaki compounds, which is where they house those sorts of things. But obviously, they've always got someone on alert. So the idea is that security guards and the mechs are supposed to arrive within 10 minutes of the alarm sound.
Okay. So we trying to go? So.
Well, given
not for Dustwalk, but are we looking at going in, faking a delivery, or taking over delivery, or are we looking at going in through reception? And is this a private compound or a public compound?
It's in the middle of it. Basically, it's a privately owned building, as it were, but it's in the middle of an industrial park. It's that thing of basically hide it in plain sight, if that makes sense.
No, is it a? Okay, I was meaning more. Is it a commercial server farm, or is it a?
It's wholly owned by Arasaki mega corporation.
Doesn't mean they don't sell stuff out. That's why, but it's.
No. This is for storage of their own systems. Okay. This is completely, this server farm is basically not on the internet. Well, it's an interesting one. basically, there are lines going in, obviously, into the secure compound, but there is no outgoing data traffic to web. But the secure compound at server area has incoming lines from the web. Because obviously all the traffic being to do with Arasaki Compound 4 is being sent here. And I mean, that appears to be anything on the web. If anyone ever talks about it, anyone emails about it, anyone text chats about it, this is what people have found, is it's all getting scooped up and sent somewhere. What you found is where it's being sent. In the means, but server rooms 1, 2, and 3 are not connected in any way, shape, or form to the net. There are hard lines from this building down all the way through the city back to Arasaki. So then, yeah, this is no commercial use. This is purely an off-site. For server rooms 1, 2, or 3 are off-site backups, but server room 4 is the one that officially isn't there, if that makes sense. Which again is why it's sort of not connected directly to Arasaki, so it's got deniability. But server rooms 1, 2, and 3 are off-site mirror copies of servers inside Arasaki Mega Corporation. So it's privately owned, it's not commercial, I suppose, is the real answer to your question, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we need an entry point, we need an exit, we need an entry method and exit method, and probably something to buy ourselves some time before while we're inside of it. So I would think we'd need to work on the first two before anything else.
Well, given that anybody we run into is going to be Arasaki, all Wape was concerned with is no matter what we run into, she's armed herself up a bit better. And an extra trank patch because of people who like to get themselves shot.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I never got shot. Me? Shot? I don't think I need anything else. I think I'm fully equipped.
Well, she didn't need a lot. She just wanted to have some extra.
I might actually bring another med pack.
You see you having to scribble notes like that all over this map, it just suddenly made me realise it's surprising the one thing that is actually missing from Fantasy Grounds map
Text,
tool
yeah.
is text. The ability to add text.
Yeah,
Never
they
occurred to me really
need
before.
to get that sorted out because it's going to make a huge difference. You can make a map and start putting labels on stuff, and
Yeah, I mean, I know you can do it with pins at the moment, but it's not the same.
yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes you want to just have something written on the map, don't you? And since they're more than just maps as well, these images, yeah. Sort it out, Moon Wizard. Do it.
That's the code. So, what's your plan?
Well, I think we're just formulating the plan at the moment.
That's fine. Formulate away.
Where has the map gone? The overlay map? It's just in our notes map, is it? Yeah. So the notes.
You got your notes map.
Yeah.
Yeah, I basically You
copied it and made
got your notes. I made a copy. Your notes is me doing a screen grab of your notes, so you've got that separate. And when you're on the main map, I will, because you've got the notes anyway, I will overlay the server compound on top. But well, I'm not. I can overlay it on top if you want, but I can leave it off if you want to see the prettiness of the map. I did.
Yeah, leave the notes off. We can use We can use our notes map for the notes, and then the whole map will be pretty, won't it?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, I can always overlay it again. So if you want to check the camera angles and stuff, you know what I mean. So the point I'm trying to make is I just set it up so I can overlay it over the top. if you want it overlaid, but I can have it off as well for visual acuity, clarity, I should say. So, I'll shut up and let you talk amongst yourselves.
And getting in through the loading bay would put us closest to security.
But then we have to hijack a. What are we going to do? Nick a van, or how are we going to get through there?
That's the question. Getting in through reception, setting up an appointment through reception is going to be, since it's a private server farm, getting through reception is going to be a bit difficult.
Depends on the reason you need to visit. You know, you just have to come up with a reason why non-Arasaki employees would need to turn up.
Yeah.
I can think of one, but
We're going to spend a penny to pick your brain then.
of course you can. Well, obviously, from time to time, I'm fairly confident Big City basically does do safety checks on all these types of incorporate buildings and sites, especially if it's on public property. Although the legal eminence is obviously for the mega corporation, they're still on the. There's still every so often requirements to be made for city officials to investigate and perform standard safety checks, and maybe that's your way in.
Wouldn't they just bribe us out of the out of the dealing with it?
Well, quite possibly, but as I say, that may be the case. Who knows? But,
yeah, but we can still. They still let you in just to make a show of it, and then you just go and play cards or something for a couple of hours. Because if you left the inspection 5 minutes later, the people in charge would go, "Hang on, you was only there for 30 seconds. That's a 14-story building."
Indeed. You probably get as far as the kitchen area, if nothing else, served a cup of coffee or something. Conversely, of course, I mean, you do know, obviously, in the past, don't forget you have broken into, when I can find my notes on it, because I just can't remember the name of it because it's been a while. I do believe that you did actually, Mr. You might not have been there. You did. Oh, why not put them in there? Yeah, Transys Freight Mega Corporation. You have you have sort of had access codes and sort of means to set up deliveries like through Transys Freights before. You can probably
and going in through the loading dock will also get us like halfway through the building too. So I think that might be a better way to go.
How much of this building is underground?
Most of it.
Can we tell how deep?
It's only. I mean, if you consider the ramp from the car park down to the loading bay, and the loading bay is underground, and the car park barrier is at ground level. Do you know what I mean? It's not that far down. It's only It's only probably sort of 1 story down, 9-10 feet underground. And even then, from your estimation, server rooms 1, 2, and 3 are above ground. It's only secure server room 4. Actually, the loading bay is actually, tell a lie, the loading bay is hang on, I need to check my notes here. Sorry. Where's Photoshop?
Does anyone have piloting?
You don't want to have what?
Does anyone have piloting?
I don't.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, the car park, the car park is underground. Server rooms 1, 2, and 3 are above ground.
I have piloting.
The loading bay is underground, and the secure rooms underground.
Do you have
So it's
jockey equipment?
Do I have what?
The jockey equipment.
Drones.
I should. I've got drone equipment. Yeah, I've got the drone deck.
Okay.
So from an underground perspective, it's sort of from there, basically from there on, the whole car park area goes underground, but this whole complex is above ground, if that makes sense. And then for the main server complex, it's underground, but it lets me draw it on your notes from there onwards. But the loading bay area, it's a bit strange in this sort of this whole it's a bit strange in this whole area here. So to the right of the arrow is underground, to the left of the arrow is above ground, if that makes sense. The loading bay and everything's underground, and there's obviously stairs up or there or something, and then there is underground. So it's a bit strange in that fact. And when I'm not, I look at it, it doesn't actually line up, but I don't. Oh, the loading bay's raised up again. So, but yeah, you can fly your drone over. But
Although I don't know what the hell happened to it. It was there. Now it's not there.
Yeah, that tab is missing. That's what I was saying about earlier. The cyber gear tab is not a.
Yeah, I mean, I know I had one because I've had one.
But the cyber gear tab's got. Oh, right, he's reloading it up again.
I just rebooted the whole enchilada.
Yeah, well, I suppose when we need to find our gear, then it makes sense, doesn't it? So.
Please hold. Settings.
We just get kicked.
Sprawlrunners.
Yeah, he's reinstalling the. Or putting the
Okay.
How do you get the missing extension?
That wasn't my that wasn't my thing. It was the
GM.
Yeah, the DM. Got
Do you guys want to try try and sneak in, or do we want to do a smash and grab?
Well, I think the previous team, the one that got wiped out, did a smash and grab, and that didn't work so good.
Well, they did a smash and grab with no preparation. I have ideas for how we can do the smash and grab. It's just a matter of it's.
You should be able
we
to
can try and sneak in, or we can go in. We can go in loud and hard, which is what I mean. Not just like, sorry, I guess not smash and grab, but go in loud, hard, and fast, or go in, try and sneak in and do it quietly. I have an idea for how to do it both ways.
Honest.
Sorry, what?
Lay it on us. What are you thinking for each route?
Well, if we do it loud, since the security office is above ground, we steal some kind of flying vehicle and we drone control it right into the security office.
Oh, I'm sorry. The security office is. I know. It gets really. I drew the line in the wrong place. It's actually there. I apologise. Security office is just below ground. I apologise. And it's reinforced anyway. There's no windows or anything.
Waif has equipped herself either way.
Look, having 4,000, or not 4,000, but 2,000 pounds flying in at like 150 kilometers an hour is still going to leave a really big hole.
Yeah. Yes, I don't deny that. Yes, I understand where you're coming from.
Like, I'm not necessarily saying it's the best idea, but it'll take care of security. If the security office is destroyed, well.
According to sorry, that's a good point actually. So I'll possibly be nice and add that onto the map for you. Second, painting layer.
My other thought is to get a stealth drone in through the loading dock and then have it release gas in the security room to take everyone out. not necessarily kill him, but unconscious.
Hoping you can see this pink line I'm drawing. I might need to share it before you can, but
Yeah, okay, so I've got
don't
the
need to
vehicle control rig.
You don't need to reshare. Oh, we're on the wrong map, haven't we? Yeah. Okay.
For whatever reason, I am not seeing the drone, but I know I've got some points to buy it if I need to.
you might have sold it in the past, mightn't you? Back, was it under vehicles? Oh no, I do. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to it. Maybe you.
I mean, I
you
know
could
I had it. I don't know what the hell happened to it. It was that's weird.
Surveillance one, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember you having it, but
yeah, well, no, and I've still got the rig, which I wouldn't have had if I wasn't doing the drone. I mean, we've used the drone before.
Yeah.
Let me just.
I did have. I think something interesting. I think I will say something interesting happened to my fantasy grounds at some point. Well, it certainly was. I had some very interesting situations with Pathfinder, and I obviously did trash everything and brought it back. So it could well be that I caused some interesting situations. Anyway, on your notes image, can you see I've drawn a pink line?
Yes.
That is the reinforced wall section. So anything within those pink lines, obviously it goes above ground and everything, is marked up as reinforced walls. So they're obviously secure, reinforced, and they're underground as well, possibly to deter Mr. Donahue's very sensible idea. And I didn't think it was a pertinent import to think about when I was doing it, but I'm afraid whoever drew the server compound did think about it because he put on where the reinforced walls are. So the odds the drone crash idea might not work, I'm afraid, Donahue, due to the sort of bomb proofing they've put around it, the underground section. You could crash a drone into the above ground section of the complex, obviously.
Not a drone.
No, I know what you meant. Not a drone. I know what you meant. A nice big vehicle, flying vehicle. Yeah, but unfortunately, you can basically the underground section is built in a bomb-proof style bunker, as it were. So you can't. So it would withstand non-nuclear bunker busters. Shame, really. I have to let you do that another time. Sounds fun.
So I guess, all right, so if that's not going to work, then using a stealth drone to gas security going in through the loading bay.
Yeah, so your two methods of entry are really the loading bay or reception.
Well, where's the reception area on here?
Press that. Sorry, where's the what? Okay.
The reception area?
Bottom left section next to the car park.
Okay. So we could also go this way. Wave, again, is a courier. So she could approach through the reception bay, or reception, and while you guys are going through, the loading area.
Does have to be said, a courier would more likely deliver to reception than go through the loading bay area, so that is a valid point. And couriers aren't necessarily scheduled like loading deliveries are. But obviously, couriers can only go during the day to reception.
So this depends on what time we're going to go. What time would their reception area close down?
6 p.m. It opens at 8 and closes at 6.
She's wondering what the odds of getting to reception and then getting inside the building and hiding until the others arrive.
Well, to get past reception into the building, you can use the computer at reception to create a smart key card that will get you through the doors behind reception. The only issue is creation of smart key cards are logged on the security center computer. Doesn't necessarily mean it's flagged up, it just means it's logged. Really depends on what the security guards are up to and if they're expecting anything or whether they would think it's suspicious or not. They might not. The only fun and games you've got is, don't forget, is there is a camera in reception.
Wouldn't there be cameras in the loading? No. Yeah.
There is. Don't get me wrong. There's cameras everywhere, but what I'm trying to say is, if you create a key card and the security guard's being particularly observant and he happens to glance at the cameras, as it were, and sees something funny going on. You know what I mean? Logically speaking, the guard should be manning the cameras all the time anyway, but you don't know how the camera set up.
Have you ever worked with security guards? Technically speaking,
well, I know what's going on, but I've just been fair. I just think it's fair to what you
drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, and playing cards either. But you know, well, that would depend too. If we're not going until midnight, she'd have to stay hidden for at least 6 hours, and that's less doable than if they were coming in as soon as reception shuts down.
I mean, at the end of the day, all you've got to do is all you really need to do is obviously the whole point is you need to try and get to the secure area as quickly as possible before they sound the alarm. And if they do sound the alarm, you need to get in and out in 10 minutes. Also, you might survive the fight. Who knows?
Well, we want to survive, but the problem is the getting in. Yeah,
getting in and getting the data is we're going to run into time crunch. That's what I'm saying. Is
I'm not denying that. You just have to be inventive, and obviously it's a role-playing game, so obviously the GM will probably cut you some slack anyway. Don't forget. I don't want to spend too many hours. Obviously, I like the fact you're planning. I like the fact that I'm giving you a proper planning raid, as it were, where you actually want to sort of think about it before going in. But at the same time, I don't want you to worry too much. Because obviously, it's meant to be. As long as you're having fun, I don't care. But
I think we should go in using the pretend we're city inspectors, and then once we're in, Donahue has to go in somewhere and lock it down, and then we can do what we've got to do.
But to lock it down, you will need to get to the security.
Center. But once you get through the front door, that's the main problem, getting through that front door, isn't it?
Well, yeah, to get through the front door, as I say, you either need to get to the loading bay and then obviously get past the people in the loading bay, or you just need to basically get yourselves through reception, which means smart passes have to be created at reception. That's the two ways in. At the end of the day, be on a registered delivery to get to the loading bay, or turn up reception and have a good enough reason that they let you through.
But the loading bay is closer to the secured section. You don't got as much of the building to navigate.
Correct.
Probably better than just do the loading bay.
Indeed. Okay. So if you're going for the loading bay route, then the first problem you got to do is, are you going to if you're going through the loading bay, then you've got two choices. Are you going to basically get yourselves on a expected delivery, or are you going to create a delivery and then turn up in a truck?
I think an expected inspection, wouldn't it?
Well, it depends which way you go. Inspection would be reception, delivery.
Ah, or could we not do both?
Well, as I say, you've just got to. All you got to do is decide a route of a plan, and then instigate it, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay, so it's democracy. Let's vote.
Well, the loading bay puts us closer to the point we need to be, so we'll get to the point we need to be faster. Every second saved in here is going to be.
Yeah, so loading bay sounds like the best way. And anyone objecting?
No.
Sounds right. We drive that van right up there.
We going to come in with an unscheduled delivery, or are we going to try to?
If we can schedule one, that'd be better. They won't, because as soon as it's unscheduled, they're going to start getting suspicious, aren't they?
Unscheduled delivery, in theory, won't get you past the security. Well, let's put it like this. An unscheduled delivery, in theory, won't get you past the security office by the car park. Doesn't mean you can't get past it. You just have to overpower the guard and raise the barrier.
Yeah, so we need to find a scheduled delivery.
Yeah, we need to either create or hijack a scheduled delivery.
Okay. Well, as I say, fortunately, you do have access. You did leave whether it was you or Twixie or one after Twixie. I know someone did leave a back door into the Transys Freight systems.
Well, there you go. Then we can just create a delivery. Yeah, we can create an expected delivery.
So that's not a problem. Obviously, with the back doors, you don't even make the rolls. Well, actually, I'll tell you what we will. What we'll use is it? I can never remember the actual proper name for it. Well, we shall do this as a quick encounter. So logically speaking, what you've got to do is you've still got to get into the track. So basically, the quick encounter, as I see it, is what you need to do is get onto the Transys systems. Now you've got the username and password, so you don't have to hack the system itself, but you still need to find a way to get into their network. Once you get into the network, you then need to basically get everything set up to a scheduled delivery to the compound. And then after that, all you've got to do is steal a transit freight truck, don't you, basically? So we'll treat that as a quick encounter. So that strikes me as a very good way to do it. So you've got to. So how do you wish to? What is your planned way to get on to the Transys Freight system? To do remote? Do you want to do it remotely, or do you want to sort of go to one of their distribution centers or something? It's up to you. But yeah, step one. I imagine remotely makes more sense, but it's up to you.
Go in, but set us up as like maintenance on their equipment.
Okay. Sounds good. So in that case, then, yeah. So your plan is to get to the local Transys Freight as maintenance on the equipment. Once you're inside, you'll use the existing username and password you've got to set up a scheduled delivery for when you want it delivered to the compound. Yeah, doesn't matter. We'll worry about that at the time, and then all you got to do is steal a truck. So sounds good to me. So I think first things first. Then we need someone to. You'll need to acquire the correct equipment and uniforms to pass off as maintenance people. And Mr. Donahue will obviously need to set up fake IDs that will pass muster by Transys Freight, which isn't one of the most secure systems out there. To recognise you as dedicated people. So, who's going to acquire the equipment and the uniforms?
Sorry, not janitorial maintenance. But like server, printer, computer techs?
Yeah, that's what I figured, yeah. They probably have a support company that will come in with IDs and equipment. So you just need to have the relevant... In that case, actually, yeah, you just need the relevant IDs. Okay, that's just Mr. Donahue with anyone who wishes to assist him on the hacking front.
Yes.
So go for it.
I've just assisted.
Hackie's helping. Yep. Okay, that's a +2 bonus on your hacking, Mr. Donahue. use that +2 there. you okay? So that's okay, not a problem. You have some fun and games, but with Aki this sort of providing denial of service, interference and stuff when firewalls looking tricky, you're able to get you basically gets yourself who's going on prem. How you can think about that in a minute. You get the ID set up. So we find so then the question is who's going on prem to the data center and who's going to go steal the truck.
Miniaki probably go to the center to put in the information and
yeah, I can't drive anyway.
Mueller's going to be driving the truck, isn't he? Oh, actually, thinking about it logically, what you need is the truck and you'll need the transist uniform, so it's for NATO uniforms as well. So divide those up into tasks, and we'll deal with how those are going because basically, Donahue will provide all the IDs as required because he's inside their personnel system. So who's doing what?
So someone sneaky.
Buell will go get the truck.
Somebody can drive, get the truck.
Can you get the uniforms at the same time as the truck, or we got always someone else?
Absolutely.
Would it take stealth to get in and get the uniforms?
Stealthiness and possibly an absolute worst case, non-lethal takedowns would be beneficial. Yes, to get the uniforms.
Yeah, because Waif is so good at non-lethal.
Yeah, you just pull a punch at the last second instead of knocking their brains out. You just knock them out.
I can do quiet.
Okay.
Non-lethal is different.
Yeah, but quiet. Well, what I meant by quiet. If you only need the confrontational stuff if you're not quiet enough, don't you? Okay, so Beulah, Beulah and Wade, we're going to need. Beulah will just need an athletics roll from you to get over the fence into the truck compound.
It is not my day.
Like 3 crit fails for you. You got the Andy curse.
Oh dear me.
It happens, but boy, oh boy.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that one. In the meantime, let's have a stealth roll from Wave to see how she gets into the building. Wave gets in, no problem at all. She's able to sneak around, grab the uniforms, and sneak out. Mr. Donahue, your ID's passed muster at security. You've got yourselves inside to Transys Freight's building, and you've been taken to the server room for as per your work order for maintenance. So we'll just have a straightforward hacking roll from you to ensure that you get all the paperwork correct for the delivery.
Okay. Does that seem to be good enough, or?
Oh, that's absolutely fine. That's okay. So I'm just trying to think what I'm going to do with this. So I'm going to, up until now, this has been a I'm going to say basically what happens there is Beulah, unfortunately, you as you start trying to clamber up the fence, what actually happens there is you trigger the security system for this compound, and unfortunately, obviously, the alarms go off and the security guards are everywhere, and you sort of you also basically in your shock and surprise that you've somehow triggered the systems, which does mean the fence gets electrified. That's when you sort of take a little shock to the system, almost literally. But you barely escape in time. However, after a little while, everything will die back down after they check everything and they assume everything's done. However, you have now alerted the security systems to everything, and they're a little more on guard. So it is now a dangerous encounter, which makes it a little harder for you to get in. So if you want to, or you can either break off, or if you want to go try and get back in and get the truck, it is just a -2 penalty now because everyone's more alert.
-2 to what? Athletics?
To clamber, to all the rolls while you're inside, yeah. So it'll be athletics and then just a driving check to get out of there quickly and efficiently.
Am I able to play a card? I had 3 in my thing. Or am I only allowed to play 1 a day?
You can only play 1 a day, I'm afraid. But you don't forget, you do have conviction. You can spend one of your convictions. That gives you an extra D6 on your rolls.
I'm not sure what conviction is, but okay.
So if you literally just drag it down like if it was a Benny from your character sheet.
Drag what?
The number where it says conviction 3.
Oh yeah, on the top, right.
Yeah. If you drag that down to the chat window. I know it's not a Benny, but it works the same way. So basically, what conviction is, basically you earn them for achieving good tasks and stuff. And what happens with conviction is you get to add an extra D6 to all your rolls. It's like when you're breaking them. And normally in combat turns, it lasts a full round, and then you can maintain it by spending bennies. But I'm doing a quick encounter, so this will basically, because you're now dedicated to getting this done, I'll allow it for the rest of this encounter. So now, as you can see, as you make your athletics check to get over the wall, yep, no problem at all. Even with the security systems on alert and everything, you're able to clamber over the fence and move quickly and quietly to the required area. So you're basically, what I'll need now is a driving roll. This is like a combined driving roll, which can get you in the truck, hotwire the truck, and get out there without alerting too much undue attention. So just be a driving check to get out of there. Again, it's dangerous, but your conviction will still apply for this one because I'm nice today. No problem at all. So, yep. So at the end of the result of this is you have a delivery on the schedule, the acquired time. You have the uniforms you need for the staff to enter the transit freight system, and you've got a truck. Congratulations. I'm not going to worry about putting a truck icon on the map. I could, if I've got one. Hang on, I must have one. We know Beulah's driving a truck, so I need a vehicle. Actually, he's got it. I know it's not really a semi-truck, but I'm going to use the stacks of a semi-truck. It's an all-in-one rather than a semi.
Best me.
We call them Luton vans. I don't know what you call them in America.
Panel truck, box truck.
Box truck, yeah. The ones that always get their tops ripped off on that bridge on the internet.
It's a box truck.
Yeah.
Why do they call them Lutons? Because they've got loads of boxes in the back full of hats.
Well, panel vans.
Is it? I don't know why we call them Lutons, but yeah.
Well, maybe they first made them in Vauxhall or something in Luton. Are they Vauxhalls? Because Vauxhall used to be in Luton.
They aren't any. Yeah, they're not anymore. Everyone makes them, but I know what you mean. Okay, so there is our truck icon. I'm going to put Beulah in the driver's. Well, I'm going to put you all in the truck, but Beulah should be. Well, I'm not actually going to put all of you in the truck. It's just I'll put Beulah in the truck, and then I'm going to put the truck on the map. And I assume all of you are in. Oh, what happened there? Oh, it's a very small truck. That's what happened there. And it's not hostile. It's a nice, friendly truck. And then I can share the map. So there you go. And I will unlock tokens for now. So the truck up to the reception area. You can see there's a security guard in there. He was what was he doing? Yep, he basically walks over to the glass steel window. Actually, it's a whole door with a window plate, and obviously there's communications button, and he yeah.
Did we get our
Oh.
gas?
Sorry,
Were we getting gas to knock the security people out with via the?
did you buy the stuff? Did you buy it on the equipment? Yeah.
Well, they don't have.
Yeah, as I say,
I didn't find gas.
I'm sure
anywhere.
someone did. Oh well. We'll worry about it later. It's a nice idea. I'm not going to stop you with it. Okay, so the security guard basically stares at, basically looking at the scale there, the incredibly large truck. Let's shrink it down a bit. So he basically checks the manifest. He's happy that you're expected, and he waves you through. And you drive into the car park area.
Skidding around a corner.
You notice there's 3 vehicles in the park, and then obviously you reverse it up and reverse into the parking bay area. So the car, you find yourself in the car park area, as I say. Yeah, and there should. So we don't. So what we need to worry about is he is on hold, and then the sees, which I went and closed it. We should have 2 workers who I can just drop on. Oh, balls, that went to hostile. Okay. So as you, I do. It's my pet peeve. They added the help button, because I always manage to click it. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Okay. Two workers appear. Well, 2 workers are waiting for you on the loading bay area, and who's up in the cab with you? Because obviously you'll have to get out to unload at the back. Bueller, but who's it?
I thought Waif was up there, but I could have been wrong.
Yeah, sounds sensible. So we'll pop Waif and Bueller there. The rest of you are in the back of the truck, as it were. Now I know the actual graphic shows an open back track, but it's a proper box truck, and you're in the back, and you can hop out at any time you wish. For the record, guys. But in the meantime,
but they're supposed to be unloading the van, are they?
Supposedly, yeah.
We'll all lie there planking, and you can pretend we're dead bodies and carry us out.
Well, we're gonna
no, don't do that.
Sneak off to security.
Yeah, so we need to Bueller a wave to distract them while we go sneaking.
Well, yeah, but you got the basically what happens is obviously you come in and you're going to hand over the paperwork. Bueller's going to hand over the paperwork to the workers, and then they're going to unload the truck. So that's how. That's how it's going to work. And then Bueller and Waif are going to drive off in the truck. That's how it's meant to work. So over to you guys, Bueller and Waif. You're in the truck with the workers. I haven't got tokens, so you can move freely.
Okay.
Waif should be good at fumbling the paperwork. She knows. As a courier, she should know how to.
Yeah, I would take any paperwork towards the
I was just zooming it in. Yep.
And slap it down there in front of them, and well, where do you want this stuff?
Goes, well, that's fine. We'll just he hands you a digipad and says sign here. So you've delivered, and then you just take a rest. Well, we'll unload it all.
Oh, where do we take a rest at? And I head this way over here.
That because now, I'm afraid you basically get to sit in your truck while we unload. Yeah,
Oh,
this
man.
one follows you over. This one follows you over there as you do that. Trying to come back, going, no, miss, come this way. Bueller, what do you do? You up the stairs? You staying down the stairs?
I was going to just stay with the truck, but I'll get out and
Can we go from the back of the truck into the front of the truck and go out the front door?
No.
So they're going to see us in the back of the
My
truck.
gut. Yes, I know, but at the same time, so what I will say is actually the camera's there, so I'll put the overlay on just to remind you where the camera is. So Beulah might want to do something about the camera as he's coming up the stairs thinking about it. This guy over here, at the moment, this guy's sort of starts walking over towards Waif as well at the moment. And so we'll put you in that situation. Over to you, Beulah.
Does this camera
Oh, you
pivot?
can't
Does
see
it?
the camera. Sorry. There you are. There's the camera.
Does the camera pivot? Does the camera do that? Does it?
It's pretty much, well, the camera is pretty much designed to do that sort of thing.
Sure.
It's fixed.
Oh, so it just has a freeze. Yeah, so it's got a.
If you look at, so the camera will literally sort of cover that area like so. So obviously Beulah can just walk up underneath it, as it were, and there is Waif is technically in a blind spot of this camera because of the way they've designed the wall there. So,
well, I mean, I'm just kind of doing our normal business. I mean, they think that we're all right here, so
yeah.
Except for I'm going where they're telling me not to, and I'm just ignoring them when they tell me, no, I gotta wait in the truck. It's like, oh no.
Yeah. The issue I'm trying to make is what you need to do is what you think, because of the positioning of the camera there, Beulah, you might want to do something before everyone hops out of the van. That's all I was thinking.
Pull the plug on it. Get your big mirror
Things
out.
do go wrong from time to time, don't they?
I've got him distracted over here trying to keep me from going where I'm not supposed to go, so.
Beulah just went back in the truck and got some tools.
Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, no, I thought it was very clever.
I'm going to stand under this camera so that I'm essentially out of sight.
Yeah, you pretty much are just there. That is the blind spot of it. Yeah.
Out of the line of sight of the camera as quickly as I could. So.
Yeah. So if you do it, if you make a successful repair roll, Beulah, will allow you to sort of cause the camera to fail in such a way that it looks like a normal failure rather than you switch it off, if that makes sense. Almost like if a repair roll, you'll sort of find a way to sort of cause the picture to jam and shift. Oh, he's using conviction again. Once they're gone, they're gone. Right. Okay. Yeah. Basically, you happen to know this model of camera has this interesting feature because you've got the rays, and what you're able to do is you're actually able, with a careful bit of jiggery pokery at the back there, is actually get the camera to freeze on on the last frame it had, which is basically showing
Hi, mate. Happy birthday
no
for the
one
other
in
day.
its line of sight, as it were. Just the truck in the loading bay. So eventually,
I'll give my little, bird whistle thing so that the party that's within earshot knows that that's what's happened.
That's absolutely fine. So basically, eventually someone may twig the fact that this truck's been there an awful long time. But in the meantime, I shall lock the tokens. I shall also add Merlin.
We can drive the truck.
And Donahue.
We can drive the truck out of sight of that camera, just on, just down here somewhere.
Aki.
Can't we? We
don't need to move the truck at this point. The camera is sitting there just kind of frozen on a frame. And eventually somebody's going to go, hang on, what's going on here?
Oh, right. Okay. So right.
Or not. Yeah, whether the truck's
there or not. But we do have some time.
Exactly. You bought yourself time. So, okay, combat, because I'm assuming you're going to have to take the only way you're going to get in the building the only way you're going to get in this building is to sort of subdue these workers. Let's be honest. So I'm initiating combat. I've dealt cards. People may or may not want to increase their cards. Beulah, you're going first. And your conviction is still your conviction will expire, but you can spend a penny if you want to keep it going.
Wow, that's shit.
Okay, and we're in combat. Is that right?
For all intents and purposes, yes.
If we choose
All
to
right.
make combat.
Yeah.
We've got surprise on our side.
You've got surprise on your side, yeah. The workers are actually going to be surprised if you act fast enough, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
And they're already paying attention to Waif because she already headed to where they told her not to go.
Yeah. So the only thing I'm saying is, do you want to spend a penny to keep your conviction, Beulah?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, because I think it's automatic when I say yes. So basically, by spending a penny, you get to keep your conviction going for another round. So over to you. You advance to there. The security guard looks a bit sort of notices you just as you come up, and you hit him with a shot club. I am going to be nice this once because he isn't expecting it, and you got the raise. I am going to give you a bonus on his vigor check because you caught him by surprise. And he drops like a sack of potatoes. He is instantly stunned, and down he goes. Merlin.
Well, we got the whistle saying all is good, so I think I'm going to go ahead and jump out of the truck.
Yeah, obviously, I know there's a gap, and actually, you guys get an extra inch of movement this turn. If it's saying it's 2 inches to get to the shelf, it's actually one. Yeah, I mean it's 1 inch because it's level, as it were. But yeah, Merlin runs.
Yeah, whatever. I see that worker 2 is down on the ground. Looks like he's doing a little twitchy dance. So I'm going to slap one of my trank patches on worker 1.
Okay, go for it. I shall target him for you.
Ooh, yeah, there we go.
I figured it might be a very short combat, but that's not the problem.
They're basically unarmed workers. No match for
Exactly. And that's a vigor check as well, isn't it? Or be stunned. Or
be unconscious, yeah.
Unconscious, yeah. Same difference, really. Vigor check by this guy. Yep, he's basically they're both down and quiet. So from all intents, I didn't expect that to be a really long fight. It was really if anyone it went wrong in any way, shape, or form.
Are we going to stash them in the back of the van? Are we?
Yep, I shall unlock the tokens.
As well.
We'll stash them 2 guys bound up in the back of the van so they can't
sound an alarm.
One of them wakes up and sounds an alarm. Yeah.
A security guard comes out there going, "What the hell?"
Can I have a notice check from it as you're stashing him in the van?
Just him.
Anyone who's stashing him in the van.
Hey, where's my conviction?
It does run out.
Oh, after would I have had to spend a penny? Because I would have to keep it rolling.
I'll be nice. I'll let you have it back then. Well, the problem is you'd have to keep it. The problem is conviction sort of. I'll tell you what. I will keep your conviction.
Okay, is it a one-time deal? It's like bardic inspiration. Once it's been used on a roll, it's over.
It's good for a round.
It's good for a round.
And it ends on my turn.
It ends on. It lasts for until it comes back to you, if that makes sense. So
okay, well then it would still be up, right? Because active, but it hasn't come back. But it wasn't showing.
Yeah, but don't worry. I had turned it off because for the fact that unless you're in combat, it will go away. But yeah, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. Technically, yes, I would have allowed it for that notice.
It didn't matter anyway. But I was just trying to get my head around how it works. But I thought it was still
they changed. They did actually change how conviction works. Originally, it was you spent a point of conviction and your next roll got an extra D6. But it did get changed. So what happens is you spend a point of conviction and all your rolls until your following round, because obviously that includes if things affect you. An extra D6 is applied. So if you multi-action, you'll get a conviction on your multi-actions. If in the same round before you act again, you have to make a saving throw, you get your conviction.
And in this case, I was making a notice roll, so it should have taken, right?
Yeah, I will allow that. Yes. But But when it comes back to you in combat, you have a choice. If you spend a Benny, you can keep the conviction going, and every round you spend a Benny, you can maintain the conviction.
Agreed. I totally understand that.
Yeah. Okay, so what Beulah and Aki notice is both the security guards appear to have door passes that you suspect will unlock the loading bay door. So you swipe one of the cards, swipe it over the card reader, and you open the loading bay door. Revealing the next area. Oh, I'll remember the key in a minute. Oh, for crying out loud, which one haven't I tried? Shift? No, must be Control then. It's all, I'm pressing the wrong key. Haha. So just to give you just a reminder, so you got a security camera like so. Actually, I'll make this one more fun. This one will pan because you've got boxes you can hide behind. That would be more fun, wouldn't it? Like those computer games. Okay, anyway, the door's open, so you should be able to see in there. So let's have some stealth rolls. As I'm not going to worry too much about it. Stealth rolls to move between the crates and while avoiding the camera. Don't forget, it will be opposed by the security guard's observation, but you do need to get a 4 to be successfully stealthy.
Is this a group roll or?
Pardon, sorry?
Is this a group roll or is it a? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm being evil as individuals. Oh, someone is being unstealthy today.
Beulah.
Beulah's fine. He got his conviction for an extra round. I am turning it off now. Okay, so basically, what happens there is eventually, even Mr. Donahue is successful, and you are avoiding the cameras and timing your movement accordingly. You sneak all the way around the room using the crates for cover, and you get yourself into the corridor. Like so.
So we got to go forward towards the closed door ahead of us to get to the secured area. This way.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, that door there is the security. Is the what's the word I'm looking for?
Server room.
Security center. Yes. No, security center, not the server room.
Yeah, it's got the little shield on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the door locked?
It is. Does appear to be a card reader that will read cards.
So
but obviously,
the cards on the body's going to work? Probably not.
Well, you could try it, but if they don't, they'll probably warn. Yeah, it will probably flag somewhere. If you think loading bay workers have got access to the security room, then their passes should work.
Yeah, but they probably, I wouldn't give loading bay staff unless, one of them's having an affair with the security guard. You know what I mean? But we didn't do the research on that one, did we?
However, someone may be very clever with hacking of the software to card reader to read any security card as type of card. Treat that as a mini difficult task, as it were.
Would that be hacking or electronics?
Well, I'm going to say that's going to get into. Obviously, there's no cameras here, so you should be okay. I'm going to say what we're going to say is we're going to treat this as I forgot what it's called. What are they called? They are called chromatic tasks. So, right, let's take the.
You can call it a chromatic task if you like, just to add some colour.
Yeah, that's a terrible joke. I do like it. So, who is basically what you need to do? I'm going to say you up to three, a maximum of 3 people can be involved in this dramatic task. It revolves around getting the casing of the security reader open, which will be repair. Fiddling with the electronics on the system to basically not send an alarm in the event of the wrong card being used, and a hacking roll to reprogram the software.
Well, I've got repair.
I've got repair 6.
I've got
Yes.
same repair 6, hacking and electronics.
So
I'm
it
a
really comes
repair
down to if
six.
one person can do it, one of you could do it, or you could sort of take it. You could sort of do it in phases as a group role. It's up to you which way.
We'll
you
let
wanna
Waif do the opening of the console.
go. Okay. What I need to do is I need to put Merlin on hold. Donahue, I'm going to put Beulah on hold, and then put everyone else on hold, and then turn on dramatic task. I'll keep your 4, but it does matter on the cards, doesn't it? So, I'm not going to worry about. I'm only caring about the suits of cards, obviously, not the order. So, Waif on her 6 of clubs, although she's last, the idea is you guys will basically go on hold until she's been successfully opens the casing. Sorry?
I was going to say, she's got the spades, I've got the clubs.
Yes, yeah. So you've got the complication that if you'll have a complication you'll need to deal with, or you can spend a money to try and get rid of the club. It's up to you.
I'll take the complication, I think.
Okay, so that's okay. Then I do believe it was going to be Aki to
Electronics, is it?
Yeah, it was going to be Aki to do the electronics to rewire it with a 7. I'm happy with that. And then that brings us to Donahue. So Donahue, you have a complication, and that is you have to overcome that with a -2 penalty first before you can deal with it. And what it is you realise there's an unexpected anti-tamper firewall on the memory board, and you're going to have to bypass that before you can actually get to rewrite the core software. So that will be a hacking roll with a -2 penalty. And of course, being a dramatic task on a club, if you fail this roll, then it is a failure for everyone.
I'll Benny that.
Okay. That's looking better. Wonderful. So you bypass the anti-tamper system, and now with a normal hacking roll on your dramatic task, you can reprogram the door card reader to basically read any card as valid. Wonderful stuff. You only needed the 3, so that's it. Yeah, basically, I like to play loose with the dramatic task rules sometimes. So all I want is 1 success off each of you. So no problem at all there. So you are able to reprogram the door code reader. So in theory, any door, any key code will work. Merlin, from where you are, you can hear what sounds like a couple of people talking further down that corridor there. Probably what you've got down is the kitchen area, the rest area. Probably a couple of staff taking a break. Sure, sort of.
Yeah, I'm just
by
kind of
that
keeping
corner.
an eye in case I hear those voices come in this direction. That's kind of what my role right here is.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I interpreted it as such. So I'm reading it as that's exactly. You know what I mean? That's what's going on at this particular time. Okay, so Beulah and Donahue, Beulah and Waif and Aki, you have happy that you've successfully disabled the software on the card reader, and you reckon you can just open the door with the loading based card now.
Okay, we've got to open it, and then we've got to subdue whoever's in there instantly.
And
Certainly
quietly
do.
would be nice. Do understand quietly is a good thing.
Yeah, we're going to do it quietly. Yeah, I'm not going to use a gun. I'm going to use fists or a stick. I'll batten them with a stun baton if you don't get them first.
Well, I have my bow staff, I have my shurikens, and, well, I have my hands, which are probably the worst of it.
I've got a silenced pistol, and non-lethal ammo. Or less than
Are these doors or the one directly ahead?
It's the door to your left. It's the door to your left. Okay, so you open the door. Okay, you can see the security guard, and you can see the banks and banks of monitors. He's actually got his back to you, and he's not actually looking at the monitors. He's actually sort of got the chair turned, and he's looking over there. He's watching TV.
Okay, can I just step over there and punch him and knock him out?
Make a stealth roll.
I'll Benny it one time. Much better.
You happy with an 8?
Yeah.
Okay, what you notice is obviously you're going in. As you get to there, you notice to your what will be north is what you get is the main security console, and you can see the big red button that basically, if he hits that, sets off all the alarms. But you'll get to there. I'll make his notice roll now. Okay. Yep. It does help to spell it right. I never get that right.
So he spelled it. So can I punch him and knock him out?
Hang on a sec. You should be able to, but I can never remember how to make that work. So if I drop that on him, yeah, okay. He didn't. He got a natural 1, so he doesn't know you're there. So you've got the drop on him. Okay, so you hit him with a raise.
Yeah, I think he's down.
Was that non-lethal or lethal? I'm just asking.
Non-lethal. We're not trying to kill anybody at the moment. We want to get in and out of here.
That's absolutely fine. So he's knocked out. Down he goes.
Okay, Aki will bind him up.
Okay.
Bound and gagged. Left for dead. The woodshed.
Without a sound. And it doesn't waste ammo either.
Haven't used a single shot today.
Okay, so that security console center to the north there is the one that controls the entire building.
We need a Donahue to do this, don't we?
Yep.
I'm gonna motion him in and get the door shut behind him so nobody can, stepping into the hall.
Are you staying in the hall with Beulah and Merlin?
Sorry, that there appears to be a window into the next area, and that's a communication console. The actual security center console is the one on your right here.
Okay.
Sorry. That one appears to be as I say, a comms thing. You're not sure who for.
I'm going to take control of their systems.
Mm-hmm.
And then check their security cameras to see if I can find out who's where. Make sure see who else is in the building, where they are.
Okie dokie. Okay, well that's an easy one. So what I'd have to do let me think about this. If I do that will give you what you can see on the security cameras, wouldn't it?
Give me 1 second. I'm checking on the film.
Yes.
Okay. What I haven't done is I haven't put on all the IT staff. But basically speaking, there should be there's 2 of them. I'll add them to the map now. Did I make an IT worker? No, I don't think I did. I'll just use the worker tokens then. They won't have the right skills, but it won't really matter. Just ungroup them all. Then make them visible. Put them on the map. So we'll put a worker in there. I said there were 2 in here. Then up here. And 1 there. So that's everyone in the building now on the map.
Can you disable outgoing alarms from where you're at?
You could shut down the security console. You can literally, it's an integrated system. You'll just have to disable. It will it will just sort of shut everything down, but it will shut everything down.
Yeah, that way, even if we can't get to them fast enough, they can't send out an alarm. It buys us time.
Exactly.
We turn off line of sight now because we've got full vision.
That's because Donahue's looking at the security cameras.
I'm gonna
So
warn
you
him
have
that
the bit.
2
There's
in the
no
room
easy way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 in the room ahead towards our target area. There is 2 workers, 1 in the actual server room, 1 in the next room beyond that. Weird hallway.
Can you turn the cameras off so that we'll just put them on there? Yeah, make them so they don't record anything. Or just do a loop. What's the loop of the patrols? If you put them on a loop, record the loop, and then play it back, they'll never know we were here.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So the first thing I ought to point out is what you got is those 2 security guards in the build to the north of you appear to be doing a circular perimeter patrol, and they're about to walk past the window in this room.
Oh, where's the security guy?
He's we can stick him in a chair.
Well, you can slump him back in the chair.
Yeah, I'll quickly grab him and slump him back in the chair.
Unconscious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pretend he's in the chair unconscious. I'm just thinking about where certain people are in terms of line of sight to the window. I'm going to turn line of sight back on.
The window
temporarily,
isn't
just so
full length.
Window's there.
The window isn't full length.
No.
Crawl under the desk, Aki. You're small enough.
I think if I hide in
the issue I'm thinking is certain people looking at certain security consoles might be visible.
I'm going to like dash and then slide so I'm underneath the line of sight.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, and then we'll just all crouch, and Waif is only tiny anyway, so no one can even see her. You turn
no,
sideways,
it's absolutely fine. Don't get me
vanishes.
wrong. It's just
to get caught out, we're sneaking in there to get caught out by 2 guards walking past the window. It's just perfect.
I know. Yeah. I have to be honest. Whoever designed this map, putting that in was a very nice touch. I thought.
You mean you didn't design this map?
No, it's a Techlanders map.
This is not one of your award-winning maps that we had on Discord the other day.
No. If we scroll it up here, I've got these from one of my Patreons, Techlanders. A lot. I use these stuff a lot, and I used his tokens a lot, and now he started doing maps. And I have to admit, I'm very impressed by his maps because not only do you get the maps, you get black and white versions of the maps, and then you get the security overlays as well. I mean, it's brilliant.
It's really handy.
It
really
is.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'd love that. I mean, I can put the map on with a security overlay over the top of it because you guys did the research. I love it.
Yeah, it's really good.
So okay, the security. Okay, the guards are gone. They'll take a. They don't seem to be taking. They seem to be. They're not walking fast. They're chatting lazily. It'll probably be a while before they're back round, so you don't need to worry about that. So the security consult center. It's having had a look at it, you reckon it's got quite a good firewall on it, and you reckon it's got black ice defending it. But if you get in, you basically it's a case of it's not really well written. It's sort of an all or nothing. You can shut it down, or you can shut it down, or you can leave it running. But those seem to be only 2 choices.
For what, like the security system and everything else?
Unfortunately, yeah. Well, until you get it, you won't know exactly what it's going to turn off. But from what the information you had from your research beforehand, it was the cameras, and all alarms, and the automated defenses are all controlled from this console. And no one knew what the automated defenses were because they were put in by separate contractors and weren't on the plans you had access to.
Okay. Can I tell what they have to be activated here, or are they automatic that they'll, like, if you step on
It's
that,
all rigged together. Activating the system. If the building alarm is set off, the secure automated defenses will activate.
Is this the only way to set off the alarm?
No, there are from your security notes, there are multiple buttons throughout the building that any member of staff can press to activate the alarms.
All right, I'll shut the thing. I guess we'll just end up shutting the whole thing down. But I tell them to be. Yeah, we'll just shut the whole thing down.
Okay, so what you'll need to do is brute force your way through the firewall, because unfortunately these security guards didn't write the password down on a post-it note anywhere.
Can I assist with that or no?
You most certainly can assist with that, and also don't. Mr. Donahue has plenty of conviction left if he wants to use any. Okay, Aki's going to give you an assist bonus of +1, and looks like Beulah's going to give you an assist bonus +2. So you've got a total of +3 on your hacking roll. The system, you reckon, will have a firewall, a very high level firewall. So you need at least a raise on your hacking roll. You reckon? Put it in metagame terms.
Okay.
If you don't, all it'll do is increase the alarm counter by 1. And you can try again, obviously, but no problem at all. With an 11, you eat the 3 basically. With the other 2, sort of basic, the 3 of you decked in together, which obviously means Beulah's obviously in the room as well. You are able to basically, with the combined use of your decks, you hack through the systems, no problem at all, and you are into the system, Mr. Donahue. And as I say, unfortunately, whoever wrote this software obviously cut a few shortcuts. It's an all or nothing. It's basically all the system. You have to turn everything off or have everything on. Unfortunately.
Well, we're turning everything off.
Okay, so obviously turning everything off. So turning everything off, the cameras switch off. The building alarm switches off, the outside alarm switches off, the automated defenses switch off. The only one that catches you by surprise is when the lighting goes out as well.
I'll tell the others to get going.
Which, as you can imagine, means everybody is suddenly obviously that means everyone in the building knows something is up, unfortunately. But of course they can't do anything about it because the alarms are off.
Just be a power failure.
So what I'm going to do is lock the tokens, and then I'm going to go to the lighting level. Then I'm going to go to token lighting. Then I'm going to, although it doesn't work the way it really should, I'm going to give security guard 4 a torch because he's going to turn his torch on. That isn't how you do it. How do you do it? You add a light. That's it. And then you token that one, and I'll add him a light. And then the security guard down here. The IT staff don't have torches. The security guard down here, he will add a torch as well. I think. Did that work? Oh, he's got a lantern. He's meant to have a torch. There we go. Oh, he's in daylight, so it won't matter. Okay. As you can imagine, they now know something's going on. So,
right, we've got to go. We've got to go where we got to go now, haven't we? So,
yeah. So the only question I would say is if I'm hoping that those with night vision, anyone who's got infrared vision can see. Anyone else, it's probably very dark right now, isn't it?
I've got a torch. I've got a dim vision, but but it doesn't seem to work.
from Wave's perspective, she can see inside this room, but as soon as she goes out there, she'll find herself in total darkness. I managed to close the door by trying to click on your accept
And
links.
low light vision don't help at all.
Have you got low light vision? Have you?
Yeah, I've got low light vision. No, it doesn't seem to be doing anything now.
It's my chi thing. As long as I focus and concentrate.
Oh yeah, you're fine then. Yeah, you can see. No, that's the thing. The whole point is I hopefully set up the map that when you turn the lights out, then
Oh, if you click on
see,
Wave's token, she's got a 60-foot dark vision. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
should have that
exactly.
as well, but I
So
haven't. I've got a torch.
No, you've got you don't. That's interesting. This is the thing. You've got something different, which I need to work out how to program into the rule set. You've got infravision, which is different. But anyway,
I've got a torch, so the torch would do.
Well, the store ahead of Wave, did he disable it so we can get through?
Doors are disabled.
Beulah and Merlin got jokers. So Beulah, over to you.
Woohoo.
Okay,
Beulah got a joker and Merlin got a joker.
Yeah, so I'm a little confused as to what we're really headed for here, but because we're into the computer, so we just want to move forward, right?
We need to go up to the top.
Yeah, through this door, right? That just is open.
The one that Wave is by, we've got to go up to the top. Our objective is the room right at the top of the map.
And to get one of those, we know the security guards.
No, that's a window. You can't go through there. Go where Wave is.
Yeah, follow Wave.
As I say, for the record, you haven't cut power to the building for some reason. The lighting system was connected to the security system. Who knows why? Well, I do know why. Cheapest dodgy contractor.
Terrible.
So Beulah moves to there.
Dodgy contractor? No such thing.
I should put you back there because technically it's not your go yet. Merlin, you find yourself.
Absolutely
low light vision?
blind.
Yes, indeed. Mind you can hear chaos coming from the other area. Since no one else has any lights either. It's not even the emergency lighting came on, which it should do, obviously, but it hasn't.
Again, it's one of those snarky constructors, don't know what they're doing. I am actually going to just take a couple of steps back from the corner.
Okay. Yep.
I am going to keep my ears open. I'm trying to stay
Yep.
quiet. So that's just kind of what I'm doing. Until I can see something, there's not much I can do. So I'm just going to move up to there and call it done.
Okie dokie. Security guard number 4. He has a light, and he's gonna start moving. One. Oh damn! If I hold down Alt key, does it do it as movement? Yes, that's what I want. So I want to get him to there and then see what happens. I need to do that so I can see what he can see. He can't. He sees Aki's light through the window. Yeah, he sees Aki's light through the window. So at that point, he realizes. I mean, he already figured something was going on in the security center, but he sees Aki's light in the window. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will get him to. I definitely need to put vision on so I can see where the light source is in. At that point, Beulah appears inside. Is illuminated by his torch. So he will then continue his action by running up to Beulah. Well, actually, no, he won't even run up to Beulah. Think about it, because he will literally just. Hang on. Yep, -2 in there for dim. That's good. He opens fire at Beulah with his machine gun. Hitting once. But Beulah is basically unharmed, so it was possibly just a creasing shot that possibly cut a few holes in your clothing.
That takes me 5. I can get right to him and put myself between him and Beulah and punch him.
Okay. You go
And
charging in and the.
Oh, I missed. No, I didn't.
You hit.
Told you I didn't miss. Oh no, I'm gonna burn through Benny since the game's nearly done here today.
Well, actually, time-wise, it is. We'll have to finish after this round on a cliffhanger.
No, okay. Oh wait, this is gonna
Okay,
be the
you.
last, if this is gonna be the last round, I'll use my last Benny to.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, but
Kill
you
him.
might get shot. They're wearing good armor, I'm afraid, these guys, so they are quite resistant to your punches.
But not that resistant.
Not that resistant. You shake him.
What's a waif?
Aki, yeah, you saw a torch. Oh, sorry. I keep pressing buttons when I'm not supposed to. Aki, you did see a torchlight go past the window. In fact, from where you are, you can see the torchlight of the other security guard around the corner.
Actually, I'll cancel that move. Okay, I won't cancel it. I'm going to run.
Okay.
And try and get the extra. And then hopefully, is that enough to see him?
Did you see him?
No, but you got tokens locked on, so I can't. Yeah, I can't see if that's a.
Well, if you could see, if you had line of sight to the target, you'd be able to see the target. So the answer is no, you can't see it.
I'm going to Benny that run since you allow Benny running.
Yes, because I'm nice and let you roll Benny's for run. Go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though it's not in the rules, roll the dice.
That's better.
There you've got another 4 inches of movement.
Still do.
Two gets you to there.
And then I'm going to shoot him.
Okay. He's lit up now, so he doesn't have. He's holding a torch, so he doesn't cause the dim penalty on you like Bueller did on him, because Bueller wasn't carrying any.
But because I ran, I'm not going to use my multi-shot because my thingy won't work. Lock and load, whatever it is. I was going to shoot him once.
Okay, single shot. Single shot. Oh, hang on. Oh.
We've got armor penetration.
That didn't seem to work. That's annoying. Oh yeah. That was for the last one, and then you. Right, and you basically shoot him, and he goes down. He will recover later on, but he goes down. Worker 2 is basically we're not going to worry about. Worker 5 we're not going to worry about. The security guard down in the secure area, he's going to stay put, but he's basically going to himself. Worker 3 we're not going to worry about. That brings us to Mr. Donahue, who finds himself in total darkness.
Is the security system down?
It is.
Okay.
Yep. Lights, cameras, building alarms
You're
outside.
You're going to get velociraptors next. You're going to have to go outside to the fence and light it up, and then there'll be raptors everywhere.
So there's no power to anywhere in the building.
Jurassic Park.
No. Lights, cameras, alarms, and defenses are down. The building is powered, but for some reason, the contractor rigged the lighting system into the security system. So although the building's powered, there's no lights, and the emergency lights didn't kick in.
Okay.
It's called make sure the players remember to buy torches.
Are the hard drives for the security system in here?
It's probably an isolated system, yes. Logically speaking, it's an isolated system, so yes.
Okay. I'll pull out a torch and use my...
If you equip the torch, it will automatically light you up.
Oh, no, wait, I got Cybereyes. Inventory, cyberware.
Yeah, it's that thing that Akil did after we nagged him, Kevin.
All right. I don't think Donahue's got a torch. He's in the dark. Oh, I'm in the wrong tag. That's why I can't do it. You clamber across in total darkness to where you know the consoles were. Actually, I'll be really nice. What you actually I'll have a bit of fun.
The security guard might have had a torch on him. Actually, I'm going to give a Benny away to put a security guard having a torch.
Well, I was actually going to say I was actually going to be fine. You're going to give it the security guard might have a torch, but also that I'm going to be really nice to say there are 2 torches, on the wall there. They're the type that basically they flash a light once. No, they got a light sensor and they flash a light when they realise they're in darkness. So there's a bit of light coming from this room. They're not flickering much, but they should be.
All right, I'll grab one, use it.
Because I'm nice.
Pull out my server killer, which will be like thermite stuff. Put it on the server, set the detonator, and walk away.
Okay, no problem at all. You got 3 more inches of movement this turn.
I'll head for the door.
Okay, you head for the door. Security guard number 3 has his own torch. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. Pardon? Sorry?
I said there's now light in the room as the thermite goes off and starts destroying the servers.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah, very much so. Okay, security guard number 3. He is going to target Donahue. And actually, no, he can't from there. He's going to have to move closer. 1, 2. He's going to actually have to move in because he can't see you. Now he can, because if he gets to there, he can see all 3 of you because someone's hopefully using a torch to illuminate all of you. So actually, he didn't need to move, but I don't hindsight. So I'm going to move him back because I forgot. Someone's helpfully illuminating himself and you 2 with his torch.
He does have to shoot.
He opens fire. Hits Aki.
Because I got a torch, obviously he can see me, can't he? Bastard.
Yeah.
You can get past my armor though.
And that is where we shall leave it, I'm afraid. Time has caught us up. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed watching you work out how to get in here, and I must admit I really like these maps. I hope he'll make a few more every month, I think. So expect to see more of them in the future, which means the adventure is going to get harder because he's done a lot of work for me. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And as I say, we'll pick this up in a week on Sunday rather. Got a Savage Pathfinder game this next Saturday. I do believe there are still spaces for that for anyone who wants to sign up. Just going to check now.
Is that Pathfinder for Savage Worlds, or is it just Savage Pathfinder?
It is Savage. It is the proper released version of Savage Pathfinder for Savage Worlds. It's not my version that I used to run. This is the proper one. I've just noticed for some reason it's showing 1 o'clock. It's actually 2 o'clock. I have to tweak. Oh, it is 2 o'clock when you get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Potentially, I've got. I've got a ridiculous amount of characters, but 5 people have signed up at the moment. But if you want to have a game, if you want to watch or play Savage Pathfinder for Savage Worlds, I'm running it 2 o'clock next Saturday. The characters are all quite unique, not using any races from the core rules or any of the iconic characters. It's a completely unique adventure, and as I say, if you want to play, just sign up there. And if you look on my Discord channel, if you're already on there, on the Savage Tales chat, there will be a list of the characters, which is there's an aquatic male elf. I can never remember how to pronounce it. Basically, the one I say is, you remember the witch from The Little Mermaid, who's a woman on top and an octopus on the bottom. It's one of those. There's a Gilbert Scout. There's a Lokanath warrior. There's a female merfolk bard, a Triton paladin, and a Naiad monk. That's the party. also a half undying sorcerer. So it's an aquatic adventure. So I've made some pretty cool maps for that. So that's that. And obviously we're continuing with Burnt Offerings on Tuesday for those that are playing that. So thanks very much, guys.
Some of the
I'll
characters
see
for
you.
next Saturday are already claimed. So
Oh yes, I know that's in the thingy, but yes, I've got a new rule in the basically character nabbing goes in the order people sign up for the games to encourage people to sign up for the games. But yeah, so I say that's next Saturday, 2:00. An underwater Savage Pathfinder, Pathfinder for Savage Worlds adventure, using the core rules and the bestiary, and the fact that I basically had the old D20 Blood of the Sea book and basically made all the races out of it for the adventure. And as I say, normal Burnt Offerings with our normal party on Tuesday, and week on Sunday we shall conclude this foray into the server compound, I suspect. So thanks very much, guys.
might want to use usual party for Pathfinder rather than normal.
The usual party,
There's
yes.
a difference, yes.
There is a difference, isn't there?
Yeah, especially with that much. There is a crew determined to get themselves killed too.
Very much so. But all good stuff. Hope you enjoyed it today, guys.
Yes, very good.
I must admit, the maps. The maps probably the maps will probably mean the adventures will get slightly more evil. But anyway, I'll leave you to it. Take care.
Bye.
Well, that was quick.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you later, everybody.
Yeah, y'all have a good one.